How are you not getting copyrighted for that?
Word.
Oh, walking on foot.
Welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 42. Shit, 42 episodes in. Now that's pretty good, I would say, you know, for such a small channel like me and all of that. So yeah, so it is officially summer break. Well, at least for many people, it was like already the first full week of summer break has already happened. Some schools also just got out this week, so that's why I wanted to wait till this week to do the official schools out for summer.
You know, some of us graduated a long time ago. It's not my fault you're stuck in the 8th grade, dude.
Well, they just won't let me graduate. That's the problem, right? That's the thing. You know, it's like every year I say,
not even out of school yet.
Who?
I got 2 more weeks. I got 2 more weeks of school, dude.
They started real late. Yeah. I know some districts are like that. Yeah.
They start, they actually pushed it to August. Now he starts in late August and that. And then all of a sudden he starts a week and then he's off for the next week because he's on vacation with us. So.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's really weird because some schools don't not even let out until the second week of June, but they don't start until after Labor Day. So it sort of works out to be the same thing. I think
there were a couple of years where we started literally started like the Wednesday before Labor Day, then had a 3-day weekend. I mean, it was stupid, you know, but they had.
Well, you know, I remember summer break being 3 months, but now it's like less. It's like close to 2 months now, right?
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, they've added the amount of days that kids have to go to school.
Yeah,
our school district wants them to go all year round.
Oh, I've done year-round school.
Why would you
As a
ask
staff
Cerebral
member, I
Paul
like year-round school.
About schooling, and the last time he was in school, they was using concrete tablets.
Damn straight. Yeah.
Fucking chisels.
What is it?
You got your number 2 chisel?
Yo, what was it with the beads on the
abacus?
Yeah, we were.
Hey, no, we
high school, we were still using that, or in grade school.
Yeah, they used them to basically teach basic stuff, so you could visually see. Yeah. Yep. Look at Lemon with his Bono glasses on.
These glasses so I can see through your bullshit.
You got them Tony Stark glasses.
You know what I'm saying?
So before we get started with the introductions, let me go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat. RPG88, WW Snipes. Why is it just 2 W's? Why not WWW? Anyways, I know. So thank you for showing
4,
up.
Bro.
What?
It's 4.
It's 4? Well, he has 2 W's before
it
and 2 afterwards.
Yeah. He's probably making some kind of visual thing with it.
He probably couldn't get sniped, so he put a W in small in front of it and behind it. Come on, y'all know how you do it.
I am not an English teacher. This shit is too complicated for me. I'm sorry to say.
Here's an Indiana Audi. Hey.
Wait a second. Wait. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I haven't been here in a few weeks, but why is his trash can and table are missing from behind him? I don't know.
Oh, shit.
You're watching the back of my screen all this time with so much intent. God, I wish my students would pay as much attention as you did. God, you know. So anyhow, no, but yeah, I don't see how English people they only have 26 fucking letters. How do they make their fucking subject so complicated? You know, I have an infinite set of numbers to work with, and my shit ain't that complicated. Here you have 26 only fucking letters.
Because these fucking idiots constantly change the rules on how the language works, and you got to keep up.
Yeah, but like, why do this? Like, I've always wondered this shit. Why is it that for every fucking rule in English that they have, there's always a goddamn exception? Like I before E except ever C. Like why? Why in the fuck would you do that?
For the first 20 years of your for the first 20 years of your life, you thought Alabama was spelled BAMA. Okay,
no, first 20 years of my life I couldn't even spell. That's not the point.
But fuck that shit. They're like, what, silent letters? Oh no, you don't pronounce that letter. Then why the fuck is it in the word?
Yeah, or like, oh, every word has to have a vowel, but what about rhyme or rhythm? Rhythm doesn't have a vowel, but yeah, Y functions as a vowel when we don't want to.
Well, that's because we learned A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. They actually classify it as a sometimes vowel.
Why sometimes? Why not? Either you are a vowel or you're not.
Used. No, because it depends on how it's used. If it's used at the end of a word, it's not a vowel.
It's progressive and it's trans. Don't worry about it, bro.
It predates all of that by many, many, many decades.
I still think people always complain, when am I ever going to fucking need algebra or something? And you're probably right about that. But at the same time, why in the fuck would you make this whole language off of 26 fucking letters with all this bullshit complications that need not be there?
Would you rather have like, bro, Mandarin with like 126 letters?
I was about to say, bro, have you seen that Japanese keyboard? That shit looks like a fucking nightmare.
Well, I'm not saying Japanese, but there's got to be an easier way of like simplifying all of this bullshit. Come on, I mean,
Yeah, hieroglyphics. Yeah,
they fucking built a pyramid, and nobody else can build a goddamn pyramid anymore. They built the one in Vegas, but that turned into a piece of shit. So there you go.
Yeah, well,
I just want to know why Doomslayer picture of Loke, he looks like he's on meth, like pizza face.
He's been that way for a few months now, and it drives Loke crazy. Loke
I can't stop looking at the fucking picture.
I know.
It confuses your brain me. On drugs.
The reason is that nobody takes Doom seriously unless he has Loke's picture. So it's basically that's why.
Disrespectful.
Anyhow, speaking of Doom, my man, what's up? How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
Little Nightmares 3 got pushed. I was reading that. That sucks. I was actually looking forward to that.
Push that bitch off a cliff.
Oh,
let me see. Playing the Gears of War franchise with my son whenever he decides that he wants to play. Because his other buddy wants to play Fortnite, so they're on that and whatever else.
You can just say it. Your son doesn't like you.
He's using me, Dragon. He's using me. He's using me to fill in that time that he doesn't have anything going on. So, Dad,
join the fucking club.
It's like, what the hell, man? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to start to try and catch up on some of the shit that I need to
I know the
catch up on.
I don't see Fireball on the screen.
No,
it's right over there with the trip.
Who the fuck drinks that wino shit?
Yo,
wow.
I love that shit.
Supermarkets at the fucking counter.
Well, Cerebral, you want to chime in? Super, you want to chime in?
Actually, I like Fireball. I've got to say,
I enjoy my bola de fuego. Thank you very much.
You guys mix that with lemonade?
Yeah, 108, you're drawing a line in this end, dude. Don't talk about Fireball. They're fighting words,
Yeah, I see. Oh, fuck. My bad. And you got the ultimate Billy D. Williams drink up there too.
That shit was. I don't know who drank that shit back in the day.
No. I know people who drank that shit back in the day.
That shit was painful and going down and coming out the next morning. That shit was just like every time I would drink that shit, I would end up with I would pee in the morning and would burn like shit. I thought I ended up with herpes again,
No, that's the venereal disease, bro.
I'm old. We had that Colt 45 and Schlitz malt liquor, baby.
That was another bullshit one. That was another bullshitter. That and Wild Irish Rose. That shit was also like for the dogs.
First of all of us in here is too young for that shit. That's the ultimate wino drink. When you're officially an alcoholic, that's the shit that and fucking Georgie. Ugh.
And Mad Dog. Good old Mad Dog.
No, Everclear.
Podcast. What the fuck? Where am I?
Have you ever tried Everclear? Everclear like
Excuse me. I drink Everclear mixed with 100 gallons of juice with this much of a shot. That shit is 180 proof.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's the only liquor that's 95%.
You drink that shit straight, bro. Your mouth fucking
You can't drink it straight.
Dude.
Oh,
no.
fuck. No. I would like to see
you
somebody
could
take a
try.
shot of that shit. I would like to see somebody take a shot of
If
that
you
shit.
drink that straight and can stand up,
It's
you're a
not that
fucking
bad.
aficionado. You're a wino.
It's
Yeah,
not
not
that
bad. Triple,
Then
what
I'm
the fuck you
I
talking
mean,
about? It
we
ain't that
need-
bad.
It's not that bad. It's not.
We need to all
Shot
chip
like
in
back, you're
and
good.
put both of these motherfuckers in the program.
Yeah.
No way you drinking that straight.
I've had the Russian equivalent of Jägermeister. That stuff will lay you out. The Russian equivalent of
If you do a
Jägermeister.
shot
How
of
you laid
Everclear,
out
you're
in a
gonna
wheelchair?
die.
They don't. I mean, it's not like something I
I'm
would
sorry.
sip
I'm sorry.
usually, but it's not the worst thing. But you know,
No, see, it's a
that's
good
me.
thing to be in a wheelchair already when you drink that shit. Okay,
That
I'm
shit is
just
so
saying.
strong. If you had AIDS, it'd get rid of it if you take a shot. Y'all bugging.
RPG 88 says liver damage in 3, 2, 1.
Liver damage, nothing. Your liver tries to jump out of your body.
Let me tell you something. I went to the store to get this, right? And mind you, I don't drink that shit straight. So my boy, I started drinking when I was 29. So my boy, I go past his house, just say hello, go on the porch, I got a bottle of Everclear. Not for him, just for me to take home. Yo, let me get a shot of that. I said, you do not take shots of this. Oh, you a baby. I started drinking. I said, oh, here we go with this shit. I give him a cap. The cap. It was ugly. Motherfucker was choking.
My first shot.
His eyes was watering. He was drooling. It was bad. He said, what the fuck is that? I said, death.
Your fucking mouth, your mouth goes numb, bro. All you feel is fucking weird tingles and shit.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy.
Your mouth goes numb. Your fucking brain goes numb. What do you mean mouth goes numb? Like, I mean,
It's
that's
the
the
only
last of
alcohol
your
I've ever
problems.
drank that after like taking a shot, like the entire inside of your mouth was just like tingling. It's fucking weird. dude.
By the way, for you youngins, here's a little piece of history. Before it was just called Mad Dog or MD 2020, it was Mogan David. It's actually the brand name. And some of us are old Mogan David.
Were they the people who actually made it? Like they were the people who
Yeah.
actually, yeah. So
But Paul,
Logan
wasn't you
David
there when they
Brewers.
made the first liquor?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I was
Paul.
there. Yeah,
Paul,
when,
I'm sorry.
Back in his day, they just called
When-
it fire water.
when
no, he was back when he was the one who encouraged Jesus to make that water into wine.
yeah, that's
thing.
right.
Oh,
I said,
shit.
this water is shit. I said, this water is shit. Give me a little shit.
He's like, yo, JC, pop this bitch off, bro. Let's go. We got the hookers
You
over
trying to say
here.
he was-
We got
he
the
was one of
boys
Zeus
over
when
here.
They made mead. A little bit of
This shit
mead.
off, JC.
Have you ever had
God's
real meat?
nectar.
It's actually pretty good if it's done well. Real meat is good if it's done well.
I never had that shit. I'm good.
Well, I'll tell you what's not good, even if it's done well, is fucking moonshine. Down here, like they make the goddamn moonshine in the radiators and that shit. You think Everclear goes down hard going down. Shit.
I
You
like
take
moonshine.
a moonshine from a radiator,
Yeah.
that shit will kill you 3
Man,
days to
they-
Sunday.
I've
Lead
had like
poisoning
strawberry
Hey, nothing
and
wrong with a little.
moonshine.
I'm
That
in.
shit is dope.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing wrong with a little corn mash. Nothing
You know
wrong
what I'm
with a little
saying?
corn mash.
And on top of that, for a little appetizer, had some paint chips. Yes.
Well, that would explain my 3 bouts of cancer, wouldn't it? I guess that would be pretty much. Like, okay, well, where did it come from? Well,
Yeah, I'm fucking
probably
dead.
because you're drinking moonshine out of the radiator, you idiot. You know. So-
Wow. They'd be like moonshine, non-filtered.
300 proof. Yeah.
It was made in the bathtub. The bathtub shit making you blind.
Oh shit.
Yo, what the fuck are we
Super,
doing?
my man. How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
Shit.
It's been good, man. Fucking week flew by. I'm still playing back through Fallout 4, and then my nephew's been coming over because he's on summer vacation, so he's been coming over, and when he's hanging out, we're working back through God of War 2018. So I've been playing both of those.
Y'all been on that for a week now, haven't y'all? Well, more than a week because you guys were talking about it last week as well.
Yeah, because I mean, he's only here a couple days, and then when he's here, he watches me play for like maybe 2-3 hours, and he's like, "All right, Uncle Mike, I'm gonna go in the pool." I'm like, "All right, kid, go play in the pool." So I told him, I'm like, listen, kid, it's just gonna be like 30 hours, bro. Like we can't be doing this like nickel and dime if you want to get this shit done. We got to sit down and bang this shit out. But
So you heard
no
it here
diddy.
first. Supa said that God of War 2018 is not interesting enough to keep his nephew or whoever attention span longer than 4 hours, which is ain't saying much because most of these guys don't have an attention span anyway. So The fact that
he's like that with everything. We'll play like Uno or something, and we'll play like 2 games. He's like, all right, well, let's play something else, or we'll play like 1 game something, and he immediately wants to change to something else. He likes to like what do you call it? The shit that Xbox has, the what's it called? Where you can switch real fast between the fucking apps.
Oh, okay, yeah. The instant game response.
Quick resume is made specifically for someone like my nephew because he just bounces from thing to thing to thing to thing.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's something that is unique to your nephew. I think in general, this generation has such a short attention span thanks to TikTok and all that other crap out there that
it's not due to that. I'm the same way. I bounce from there are times I'll bounce from game to game. Whatever.
Yeah, it's it's up to the person.
Okay. No more managed democracy.
But I do think that the what do you call it? The generation coming up does have shorter attention spans. Yeah, I've been doing some managed democracy. Right now, I'm just waiting for like a significant update to come out. Like I'll hop on with my buddy every once in a while, and we'll just bang out the daily mission to get our medals. But like at the point we're at right now, like I've seen everything there is to see. So I'm waiting for like the next faction to be introduced or something like that to really hop back in again. But I've got like hundreds of hours in that game already.
I was thoroughly convinced that because of the popularity of the game, they would have had some sort of DLC announcement in this last state of play for that game. And, when it happened without anything as even a little blip, I was like kind of shocked. I was like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. But
I don't think the way they're going to do it is ever going to be DLC. It's going to be that they're going to introduce a new faction or whatever. And then it's just, you play the game and there's a new war bond because that's how they're monetizing it. The second Tuesday of every month, there's a brand new war bond, which is a whole brand new, list of shit that you can buy with your in-game medals. So that's how they're monetizing it. If they introduce a new faction or some shit like that, it's not going to be a DLC. They're just going to introduce it into the game, and they're making their money off the war bond. Just like we just got a new mech suit that was part of just doing one of our major campaigns. So now that mech suit is available in our whatever the fuck it's called, where you can buy your weapons and shit, or like your the things you fire down from your ships. I forgot what the fuck they're called, but yeah, so that's there, and it didn't cost anything. It's something we got for doing our major order.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, how long do you think the shelf life of this game is? Do you think that this game has what it takes to be relevant maybe 3 years from now or even 2 years from now?
It's going to depend on the content they introduce. Like just introducing new war bonds, I don't think is going to be enough, because it's like you can introduce all the weapons in the world, but if the game doesn't fundamentally change and it's the same game and the same missions, then what does it matter? So, and they're over time introducing, new enemy variants for the 2 factions. We're getting new mission types for each faction, but everyone's just kind of waiting for them to introduce the 3rd faction and kind of change everything up. But as long as they're introducing new shit, I think it could, but it all depends on the content.
Well, I guess the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see how it sort of pans out. I mean, now it's like Sony's wanted a live service game in their repertoire, and they finally got one. So let's see how they sort of nurture it.
Yeah, and these fucking idiots are like, yeah, they're like, hey, let's delist it from 200 countries because that's how you make money, son.
Well, poor Sony. They didn't know. When they first greenlit this game, they're like, okay, yeah, it's probably going to be a blip in the radar, one of 100 of them that failed. But then when it sort of caught on, they're like, well, shit, we need to get all these people on our accounts again. So, yeah.
Yeah, but they're so concerned about
we can have those Xbox numbers.
Exactly.
It's like if you got a fire that's starting to fucking burn, bro, you sit there and you fan that shit. You fan them goddamn flames, help that shit fucking roar. Instead, they're sitting here fucking pouring water on that shit because they're more concerned with fucking PSN numbers.
No, well, you can't blame them, right? That's what
you can blame them. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Choice,
they tried to get slick, and the community said, "Kiss my ass."
Yeah.
They're trying to boost numbers to say we have this many people in PSN, but the other option would have been getting money from 200 other fucking countries. Like, I'm sorry, from a business perspective, I'm gonna go with the one that has the fucking money attached to it.
Facts.
What the fuck is
yeah.
this one do? Nothing. It's just the fucking numbers they can write on a goddamn chalkboard and say, "We got this many guys." Hey.
Well, I mean, if you're
idiots.
trying to sort of kowtow to the investors, at least it'll be another thing, another check
Well,
mark.
If I was
have,
if
right?
I was
They
an
should
investor
have
and I
countdown.
heard that they were removing the game from 200 countries, I'd be like, "Yo, bro, that's your fiduciary responsibility is to get that game in those fucking countries and make me some goddamn money."
The board members would rather hear dollar signs than fucking check boxes, right?
I don't understand the decision, man. It makes no fucking sense.
No, I
to
do.
me.
It's typical Sony bullshit, but this time it backfired, and the dudes are not coming back.
No, they're not.
That's the point.
No.
I like the goddamn game. I bought it because it reminded me of one of my favorite B movies of all time, Starship Troopers. Right?
Yeah.
Right? But let's be real here. How did it work out for them?
Yeah.
And they
fucked up
they
SOCOM, right?
yeah, they still haven't restored sales in
Resistance.
those 177 countries, have they?
Damn,
And listen,
they
I
can't play it.
know we're gonna get into it, but that fucking what's it called game that's coming out?
Concord.
That's Concord. Yeah, Concord. I'm sorry, Concord ain't it, boss. That ain't gonna be that game.
We're gonna get into that game. Oh my god, I was watching that last night. The only person interested in that fucking state of play was the cat, and I put a video. I showed the video. Like the cat is watching.
Throw something in here that maybe somebody can shed a little bit light on here. Paul just sat there and said about the 177 countries and that. My thing, okay, I hear that, and yes, Sony should wind up doing it, but out of those 177 countries, like I was having a little bit of a debate with a moron on Twitter, like I always do. I don't know why I put myself into that. The guy,
You get entertained by assholes, don't you?
Listen, this guy, you might have, I'm not even going to mention his name. But he even spelled the word herd wrong. He spelled HERD, but he wanted you to, it's the other way you spell herd. Anyway, the thing
HURD? No, kidding.
Maybe it's P.
I want you
Daddy's
to gather some animals together.
he's a complete fucking moron. Bushido and Inferno and Umbra, they all know that this moron. He has no idea how to spell. Anyway, my question is this. It's like I pointed out to him, out of those countries, you have a country like Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, where you can't do a PSN account in there. So what's Sony supposed to do with those kind of countries? The thing that this is what I'm trying to ask. Out of all these countries that we know, out of the 177 countries that don't have this, do we know the infrastructure of their internet? Maybe there's a reason why Sony can't put it in there because their infrastructure just isn't up to it. You know
They named some of the countries. They named some of the countries.
The main reason
they got Xbox.
Some of those countries don't. I found out of those 177 countries, there's a lot of countries that don't even have Xbox in there too.
No, they got Steam.
What?
They got
They was naming countries that got Steam.
Paul, you were saying? Go ahead.
A lot of it has to do with the government contracts and stuff, and for whatever reason, either Xbox or Sony have not either. They can't make deals in those countries to run their services, or because of limitations, they won't.
But then again, that's Sony and Xbox's fault, though.
No, it's not.
No.
So then why do people keep blaming them if that's the thing?
Well, you don't understand. Wait.
One at a time.
Hang on. You're missing the point, though. They didn't have to pull the sales out of those countries. They chose to. Only because
I was about to ask that.
Only because
reinstated it back for Hell.
No, they. That's what I was asking. Had they officially reinstated it for all the countries?
They haven't.
They have not. Not that I've heard.
The guy that was the developer for Helldivers sat there and said that they were going to reinstate that, but only for Helldivers, no other Sony game.
But
every
it
other
hasn't been
Sony
done.
game. Huh?
It hasn't been done. They still have no access.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Hold on.
It does take time, wouldn't you think?
No, it
No,
took them a
it
day
is
to
time to
it took them a
fucking
day
take
to
it
turn it
away.
off.
Turn it on. Like,
Listen, I have my engineer that I can go back and ask questions. So give me questions to ask him.
Listen to this. Listen to this. There's countries and friends that me and Paul got that got to use VPNs just for Netflix. Everything is not created equally in terms of internet services. Facts. So a game ain't no different. Same shit. Still the internet, right? It's not the infrastructure. It's the access to other regions' infrastructures. That's different.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Right, laws and regulations in
Right.
those countries that limit what
We
what
are
American
spoiled in the
companies
United
can
States.
do.
We get everything.
Yeah, Real
Every
Gamer
single
Reincarnate
thing.
said
But what
anybody
I'm
could just
trying
get a
to ask
VPN.
but then again, apparently I'm missing the point. Why is it Xboxes and PlayStation's problem that these countries aren't?
It's no. It's
can I
not their
ask
problem.
something real quick?
It's not their problem. The problem is Sony did not have to pull it from those countries. They
Okay.
only chose to pull it from those countries because they wanted to get the numbers into their sign-in system. They wanted to get their
Okay.
Yeah,
But
That's
isn't
the
that-
only reason. That's the
doesn't
only
everybody
reason they
do that,
pulled it.
though?
That's the only reason they pulled it.
But
yeah, so
but everybody does that, right?
So, question for you, Boone.
Look,
So,
it was like 5 months. Hold on, it was like 5 months.
Yeah, it was like 5
where,
months.
where the games were being sold in those countries, and people in
Mm-hmm.
those countries were playing on PC. So it's not like these people are incapable of playing, or their internet
That's right.
sucks, or
That's
they
right.
got fucking someone running in a hamster wheel so they can get electricity. It's not shit like that, okay?
Facts.
So the thing is, after 5 months, to then say, "Oh nope, you need PSN," and
like-
then pull it from those countries.
That's what they did.
It's like they there was no reason for them to do it other than they wanted to boost the PSN numbers. There was it's not like, oh, these people can't play it, all these people don't have access to internet. No, for 5 months everything was fine.
But, see,
That's right.
but Nova, I see what you're saying, but to me, and this goes along with the Xbox guys. The Xbox guys sit there and say all podcasters do is shit on Xbox. And all I do is hear people constantly complaining about PlayStation, but
I think you're missing the point. You're missing the
so-
point.
You can do it.
I
This
can
is a triple
guarantee
argument
you.
against a
Hang on.
console.
Hang on. I can
So
guarantee you,
I-
if Xbox pulled the same shit, I'd be complaining about it too. Okay.
So,
You don't
Triple
give
go
them
ahead.
access for 5 months and go, well, because we can't add you to our sign-in system, we're going to yank all the sales and all the access.
yeah.
You don't do that
I get
ever.
that.
The problem, because the problem here is that, let's say Helldivers launched and it's not in your country because he doesn't support PSN from the jump. The problem here is that the game was available to, imagine if whatever, let's just break it down to America, whatever state you're in, you had Helldivers and then something's like, hey, we want everybody on PSN. You've already bought the game on Steam, and then it's like, hey, you need a PSN. We don't have PSN in whatever state you're in. I don't know what state you're in, Doom. And then we basically got a brick product. So that's where the upset people just say, hey, I'm not messing with Sony. Even if you bring it back to my country, I'm not messing with PlayStation. And I completely understand pointing fingers at PlayStation because you had the game in our country. And then for whatever reason, you removed it from our country because you wanted to increase your PSN numbers. Like in that situation, I completely understand people being upset with Sony because it's like, I bought it, I gave you money, and now you're like, fuck you. We want our numbers up. Like,
Right. But then I'm sitting here and I'm reading what the developer was sitting there saying, and they were having so many issues with the servers and everything that they could not. They had to take people away from doing the PSN thing to boost these servers because they weren't ready for all these people to sit there and jump into Helldivers. So again, it's like, what the hell's going on? Who am I supposed to sit here and believe?
So
Nobody.
he said that they're having issues of getting people back into Helldivers because what we're talking about is that people were already there and then they removed it. And what it sounds like what you're saying is that they're having limits on bringing people back into the platform after they changed the rules.
And if I recall, what the developers originally said was, we didn't make this call. This was a Sony thing.
No, it says it right here. He sits there and says, this pile said, I do have a part to play. I am not blameless in all of this. It is my decision to disable. It was my decision to disable account linking at launch so that players could play the game. So it's actually the developer.
Well, no. Hang on.
Right.
But
That's-
it also
that's-
said
yeah,
the
that's-
decision
for-
for
hold on.
PSN came
I
from
think,
Sony.
wait.
When I-
You're
when I-
misunderstanding
They also
something.
said that.
You're misunderstanding
From the
something.
top.
You're
From the top.
You're misunderstanding
Paul first.
something. Yeah, you're misunderstanding something.
What am I misunderstanding here?
It wasn't
The-
working with
the-
Sony's linking system, and they were working on it. That was their idea.
But he's sitting there saying it was my decision to disable it.
Right, but
that way they could get the
Hold
game
on,
out.
hold on, Paul.
That way they could
lying.
get the game out. That way they could get the game out.
But
There's two
he's
different things,
lying,
right?
right?
There's that guy who decided, listen, for whatever issues we're having with the server, we're not going to do linking at launch. That's
Right.
one thing entirely. Then saying 5 months later, now you need PSN, and we're going to pull it from these countries where we've been selling it for 5 months and people have been playing it for 5 months is a completely different thing. He may have been the one who was the initiator of, okay, we're not going to have it working at launch, but it was 100% a PlayStation decision to then turn it back on 5 months later and pull it from all these countries. That's why when that when we got the, what do you call it, the report saying, hey, you're going to need PSN, blah, blah. It didn't come from Arrowhead. That shit came from fucking SIE. It was fucking Arrowhead announcement.
And those are still
knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for
Eventually,
online PS titles. But
Right,
So-
they should have known if they're going to require PSN.
but see,
what countries don't have PSN?
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
not sell it in
Okay.
those countries.
I get what you
Yeah.
guys are saying, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Jay Barry had to where he went and clipped it, okay, and it says in the bottom right hand corner that you need a PSN account.
Oh, 100%.
First of all,
Well,
here's
okay.
my
Hang on.
thing. Okay,
Then
wait a
they-
minute,
Yeah,
Paul.
let
Wait a
him
minute.
finish,
Wait a
Paul, let him
minute
finish.
more.
Let him finish.
Let
I'm
me
gonna finish.
finish here. Let me finish here. Who here is drinking alcohol?
Not the.
Anybody?
Only Wize.
On that bottle of Fireball right there. Hey, right there, the wine. Okay, on that bottle of wine, it says alcohol can cause problems. Correct? Well, if you're not sitting there and reading the fine print, which none of us do,
Facts.
that's your fault. That's not the company's fault. The
So-
company
Hang on.
They got caught.
Let me just
They got
throw
caught
this out real
modifying
quick.
the
Let me just
language,
throw this
though,
out there real
'cause
quick.
The language was modified after they made
Yeah.
the change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
So-
that, and also real quick, if they knew that was going to be the case, if they knew they were going to activate that at some point, if it was originally on the documentation, they should have never allowed the sales into the countries where they knew they couldn't have access to the PlayStation Network. Period.
Yeah.
Well, then why
exactly.
do they allow cigarettes in convenience stores?
What?
You don't have to-
Dude,
I don't.
No.
Okay.
You
Dude,
know, that's not how it
rewind.
works.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
Dude,
That's
dude,
I wanna
here's
hear
the problem. Here's the problem. You tell me that, hey, you
When I
can't
started
buy.
Wize.
You tell me that I'll just put this again. I'm just break it down to state. I'm in Indiana, right? If you're telling me Indiana isn't available or PSN isn't available in Indiana, why sell the game to me if you know I'm not going to be able to play it 5 months down the road? Even if it's in the fine print, why even put it at my doorstep? Like, hey, here you go, have fun with it. Oh, we got to take it back now. Why do that from the jump instead of saying, hey, we're going to exclude you from this because once things are actually in order, you're not going to be able to play it. So then you prevent me from buying the game.
I'm going to say this like a 49-year-old man. You are an adult. You should be able to think.
No,
If
that's
you
not how it
sit there-
works.
No, that's the way it should work.
No,
But
it's
people
not.
want
What?
a cop out.
I
That
want to
cannot
get. I want to say I understand
You-
where you're coming from, but why sell it to begin with if you know you're going to remove it later?
Look,
Not everyone.
Hold on.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cigarettes if they're banned. Why
It's
sell
not the
alcohol
same.
if
It's
they're
not
banned?
the
Yes,
same.
it is, Paul.
No, it's not.
No.
Let me ask you a
You don't
question.
have to
Hold on.
Yeah.
It is.
Hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
it's
on.
not.
Okay,
You don't have to
whoa,
buy
whoa,
it.
Dragons, go ahead.
Now,
Dragons, go
listen,
ahead.
listen.
Why
Don't
the
put
fuck-
coke
why-
in the soda
listen.
machine if you don't want
Cocaine's
to
a hell
sell
of a
me
drug.
fucking
Right.
coke.
You listen.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
oh
hold
my
on,
God.
Paul. Hold on.
I really agree.
Why the fuck are we arguing about this shit?
I don't know.
Sony.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah,
the
right.
It's
If
not
they
even a
money,
It's been a while. I had
if
to come in
anybody's
here and
to
start some
blame,
shit, man.
it's a fucking Sony problem. They don't have no online presence. They finally got one after years of struggling.
You're
Put a
and they
pillow over its
fucked
face.
up again. No matter what happened, they fucked up.
Well, here's
Can
the
we
thing.
just accept
Companies
that?
do.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, but they
Arrowhead's
need
trying
an
to get
online
this shit
presence.
to thrive, and Sony's like, go to sleep, bitch.
You didn't see Concord? You know that shit dead on arrival, right? That shit
I
is
did,
just
why
like that
did
jet.
I
It's gonna
not
be
sit
out
there
of
and tell
service.
you before he even jumped in? Did I not sit there and tell you that game? Listen, Lemon, that game, you're going to see all the PlayStation fanatics going, day one, my God, there's 500,000 people playing this game between PlayStation and PC. And then the following Tuesday, the Xbox people are going to sit there and say, oh, man, 500,000?
No, dude.
There's only 500 playing now.
Right.
Really?
Right.
Really?
Well, here,
Now,
here's
listen,
the
that game,
Sony,
that game is dog shit.
this is the thing when you get into this PC space, right? Them motherfuckers stick together. They not like console people. Console people go with what's winning. They don't give a fuck. These fake ass content creators go with what's winning. One day you PlayStation, next day you Xbox. They're frauds. But Sony dropped the ball, and fuck it, they dropped the ball. Is it the first time? Nope. Where's factions?
Well, I mean, here's what I think of what happened. Here's what I think
they
what
stay
happened.
doing dumb shit online. Let's be real here, Wize. They are not an online company. Do you remember when fucking Drive Club dropped out, came out? You only was allowed 2,000 people per server. What the fuck was you thinking? And people enjoyed the game until they figured that shit out. You was in a queue for 40 minutes.
Like, bro, without seeing a fucking single second of it, I would have preferred factions to what Concord looks like. I would have
We don't
preferred.
even know
I
what
would have preferred
fucking
that.
factions look like.
And I still would have
with
preferred
me-
that, bro. And then that Spider-Man multiplayer that got canceled, I would have preferred that.
So listen,
Well, with
listen,
me-
you just pointing out my points. These motherfuckers are too smart that they stupid. That
Well, with
Spider-Man
me-
multiplayer would have
Yeah.
been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Why would you cancel that?
No,
Should have
fucking-
been. It should have been.
and most of the work looked like it was done too.
Yo,
Same thing with factions. It's like,
amazing.
bro,
I was
you guys
like,
are
They
yo.
did.
throwing money away.
Bungie walked in. It's like, so how y'all keep this running for 10 years? Yeah.
It's like we can't. No, but
Well,
here's
and-
what happened. What like I really think this is what happened in the boardroom. The Helldivers 2 was greenlit. It was going to be one of those under the radar blip games that come out, they do whatever it does, and then dies posthumously. You know, quite quickly.
Not every multiplayer game used to be a forever game, but that's
Well,
for
Hey,
Yeah,
if we
we
get
that's
a
a fact.
bottle
That's a
opener, I
fact.
can get
That is a
one.
fact. But you know who said they want GAS?
They did.
They did.
EAAS, yeah.
GAAS.
No, but this is what happens. So then this game comes out, and
Yeah,
it
I
goes.
got gas. I got gas. Sorry.
No, but then this game
they
comes
came
out.
out and said this shit.
Yeah.
So you know, we all are guilty of like clicking, you know, the EULA and like not reading the details, and we don't know what the fuck is in that thing. Tomorrow morning could be in the fine print. 90 days from now, the game is no longer going to exist, and we say, okay, fine,
Bro,
whatever.
have
check
you
it off.
seen the fucking episode of South Park, The Human Centipede?
No, I did not see that one.
Bro, it makes fun of the fact that we never read the terms and conditions.
But it's
And
true.
one of the
But it's
South,
true.
100%. One of the South Park kids, he goes to update his fucking Apple iPad and just clicks on the thing to do the update and didn't notice that in the terms and conditions it said that he was going to become part of a human centipede. So there's the human
shit.
centipede, and dude, there's this scene, bro, where he's the middle person. There's a bitch behind him and an Asian guy in the front, and the Asian guy is just fucking. Bro, it is hilarious. You got to watch that episode
Yeah, listen,
of South Park.
all electronics I buy, TVs, fucking whatever. First thing I do is throw out the remote. Or put it, I mean, the manual, or
Yeah,
put
the
it in
manual.
Yeah.
or put it in the fucking closet, or keep it in the box.
The
Nobody
remote.
reads shit.
How you rush it?
So what they should have did, like they did with all the other fucking things, put out a video, because that's what people watch today. Put out it on Twitter, put it on fucking a state of play, explaining in the video that this might happen. But
Yeah.
they ain't give a fuck.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
definitely something they should have said in the forefront. Like, hey, we
Right.
later in the cycle, but that's
Right.
It's not you're gonna keep people from buying the game, so they're not gonna say
Who buys
shit.
a
I'm not gonna
fucking
buy the game.
in the store back in the days and read the manual. Nobody, because that's why they stopped putting it in the fucking box.
I read the manual. Come on, that manual was
They
bomb.
have
Oh no, they were
manuals
trying to
no
save
more.
money on that
Yeah,
one.
I
That's true,
miss
but nobody
I miss
fucking
game
cared,
manuals, bro.
because
When I
you
was a
read
kid,
it
when I was a kid, I used to always read the manuals in the
Yeah.
fucking jewel box.
You know
Not
what I did
me.
with mine? I put mine in the back of the toilet, and then when I needed some reading material, it was there. Right?
Listen,
Hey,
the
man.
only thing I read was the back of the cover.
I learned how to
Yeah,
be.
YouTube.
I learned how to
See
be
what the game was
psychomantis on the toilet. Nice, yeah.
Well, you know, this is
that's
what I
right.
think. I think that okay, so they had this thing in there. Yeah, we're gonna have them eventually migrate, but they really didn't think of it because they thought this game was gonna be DOA, and then
Yeah.
when it went like
Yeah.
gangbusters, like oh shit, so they probably were having this debate. Do we now, after the fact, have them sign up or not? It was a
It's
risk
like,
they took.
Do they do no internal testing? Like,
Gee
Well,
willikers, Batman.
Well,
It-
they
internal-
don't got no online experience no more. Everybody gone.
yeah,
Give it
but,
up.
Maybe
much
they were
credit.
maybe they were saying like these specific countries only amount for like 1%, so we'll piss off everybody at the cost of them. But
They piss off people in the United States. Fuck that.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm talking about them not knowing it was going to be a big hit. It's like if they had tested this internally, they would have clearly seen that this could have been something.
They
Not
can't say it was a
necessarily,
big hit
I
because
mean,
if they tested it internally, ain't nobody on PlayStation bought the shit. It's carried by PC. So who the fuck would have said, "Oh, this is gonna be a hit on PlayStation"?
Well, it's
True.
probably it's still sold like what 5 million on PlayStation
I don't.
because they said 13 million and PC is 60%.
Yeah, but wasn't the PC wasn't it getting bigger on PCs that was sort of affected PlayStation also getting,
have it on
getting
PS5.
successful on PlayStation as well because now there were just some bigger, install base and everything. I think that's how it worked.
At the end of the day, they fucked up my $59.99. They fucked my money up. I don't care.
Well, let's keep going anyways. We still got a show to do. Paul, my man, after seeing you after you've been gone for a couple of weeks, tell us how you've been doing, what you've been playing, sir.
Life sucks and you die. I'm just waiting for the second part.
The only
I thought
reason
you
why I
was
come back
resurrected.
onto this show is torment the shit out of Paul. I love doing it. Paul, I love you. I gotta torment the shit out of you.
Yes.
So
Wishing
anyway,
for the Grim
let's
Reaper
see.
to whisper sweet nothings into his ear.
I wish. So aside from still doing a lot of Fallout 76 ever since I got back into it, let's see. I've been playing Immortals of Avium dropped on GamePass last week,
here
so I
you
started
go.
hitting that up.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Another one.
No, actually, no,
And another
because I've gotten a ways into it, but it's a little bit it might be getting a little too difficult for me.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Paul.
But then again, today because of 4GQ TV, I got a code for Hypercharge. Checking that out, gonna be doing something there, and of course, I am now one of the official Lords of the Realm, as it were. So,
I
Put some
an
respect
applause
on my
is
man's
worthy.
name, God damn it!
yeah.
Official.
Look at poor 11 going. I don't know how they did that. Yeah.
I know how it happened, motherfucker. Remember, those are my friends. Okay? Those are my friends, okay? I get it. I know. Trust me, I know a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Yeah.
No, but
Lemon was a
gonna-
voting member. It was a tie between whether to give you a
they're-
spot or not. Lemon voted.
No, I just want to meet Paul so I can flatten his fucking tires on his wheelchair. I'm fucking petty like 50 Cent. Let's be real here. I'm sorry, Paul. Damn.
No, it's all right. No,
promise to stop.
I've taken on I've taken on an assistant editor type role. I'm probably going to do some writing at some point, but I don't think I'm that good of a writer, so it's not going to be what I lean into.
You don't have to write
initially.
shit. You could just talk into your phone. It'll type for you.
Well, no, but it's a matter of
Nowadays.
putting the thoughts together in such a way
Well, shit,
that
you did a good job fucking Sony a few minutes ago.
Chat
Well, that's
chat
true.
GPT, bro.
No, I ain't using no AI to do this shit, dude. I don't do that.
You can use it to help edit your piece, but not write it for you.
Right.
No, I ain't. Well, no, I'm a good editor. Trust me. My language skills are better than most, actually.
You could
my
make your first
comprehension.
article about me and say, fuck Lemon, and this is why.
Oh, big old headline. Fuck Lemon. Yeah.
fuck Lemon.
Fuck Lemon and this is why. Then click to continue right there. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Get a couple of screenshots and put them up there.
Dead.
All right, Lemon, my man, how you been doing? How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, sir?
You know what? I ain't played shit. I did beat Call of Duty Battle Pass before the new one started, but I'm going to say this, man. Yeah, my man Doom talk behind the scenes. Shout out to my man Graf. He be pimping my ride. Did a lot of work. Getting ready to start memberships. Getting ready to do some new content, some merchandise and all that stuff. That's what we was working on all week. So I really ain't had no fucking time besides that and doing damn near 120 hours this week. Yeah.
Cool.
So I ain't played shit but Call of Duty, Battle Pass, and went to bed. Me and Grappin going back and forth every fucking day. Got some new shit dropping tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Looking forward to seeing it.
And I want y'all to all tune in. I got a young developer that's in the making. He was on my podcast before he went off to college. And Cognito couldn't be there, but I got Hip Hop to come through to mentor him. So we're going to hit him with his first year experience in college for being a developer. So doing that tomorrow on the channel. I think that's very important to give back, to the younger group generation. So tomorrow's going to be big.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, and in all seriousness, do you think that if you requisitioned Hip Hop, he'd be interested in coming on the podcast?
He don't curse and stuff.
That's okay. He doesn't have to curse. We'll do all the cursing for him.
Yeah, I'll curse enough for both of us.
On here, you want him to come. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I talk to him every other day, but I'll talk to him tomorrow when he comes on. Appreciate
it. Would love to. It'd be an honor to have him. Somebody without his caliber on the podcast. It would be a great honor for all of us.
Yeah, facts. He's definitely a good-hearted, spirited dude, and actually genuine. All the big shit he do, he's really a genuine person, which is amazing.
And the cool thing is that he covers everything. Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation. He does a little bit of everything, and
he covers Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson, Mark Wahlberg. Mm-hmm. He got everything going. Movies.
Make sure you ask him about the Deadpool bucket then.
Let me not do that because last time he invited me to a red carpet, I said, "Yeah, I'm coming."
All right,
and I went to work.
Yeah, I'll be there. Anyways.
How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been drinking?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Rounding out the season for Destiny 2 DLC drops next week, so doing some final closing there. I also been playing. Went on a bit of a car trip and got back to playing Ghost of Sparta, God of War. So that's been kind of fun to play. But yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I have it emulated on my phone. So, but yeah, Ghost. I don't think that's the only God of War I haven't beat yet. If we're talking about mainline, and I beat Chains of Olympus, but never beat Ghost of Sparta. So, trying to get through that. Ascension was all right. We don't talk about Ascension, but yeah, this God of War.
You said you played Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Did you play it when it was 30 frames?
Oh yeah, I've been here since the beta for Destiny 1.
Yeah, look, I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people be capping. I hate 30 frames, but y'all was playing
as
Destiny
much
for
as
years.
Loke loves Metal Gear. Triple loves Destiny.
I like Destiny, but people forget that game is 30 frames.
I mean, yeah, but it's before. I'll say before because I was primarily a console gamer, and was it really just Call of Duty and maybe Halo was doing the 60. But once I got like Destiny on PC, because I built a PC on Destiny 2, I was like, man. I can't go back to my PS4.
What you built on a PC? Did you build a high end PC or just?
No. It was just a simple. It was like I built it a few years ago. I think it had like a 1660 Ti and maybe like a Ryzen.
Oh, see, he's a realist. See, he's not no liar. These dudes be like, "I'm gonna build a PC." I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna be broke."
Yeah, no. I mean, I would like to. I mean, at the time, I wish I could have tossed something strong in there, but no. So, but yeah, like I said, once when it came to PC with Destiny 2, and I was playing that, so I don't think I could play on PS4. They didn't have crossplay at the time, and so when my clan wanted to play, I was like, getting off a PC to play on my PS4. I don't know, but yeah, it was fun times.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I got this little bad boy in this week. It's the collector's or whatever physical edition of Baldur's Gate 3 for Xbox. I actually got the digital copies of it, so I'm thinking about giving this. I got this as a collector's edition piece, and I'm thinking about giving this away. We got our 50th coming up in the next several weeks, and I think this is one of the gifts I'm going to be giving away as well. So
my birthday's in July, man.
Wait, you have my address. You have my address. So
my birthday's coming up. You know, get this tossed my way. I appreciate it.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh, 108, curb your bitch, please.
Why'd you buy the Xbox version? I thought you were a PlayStation fan. That's why Drawn TJ blocked you because you're a pony.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to get rid of it. That's why, because it's an Xbox game. Bullshit. No, I mean, I had it. It's like, so the thing was this, right? So PlayStation, the game came out first on PlayStation. I already bought the digital copy of it. Then it came out for Xbox, and they were selling the physical copy, so I bought it. But then it was going to be delayed, so I just went.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and it's a good thing I'm off of it now. I can afford games. So there you go.
That's a nice collector's edition.
Yeah. So I think So I'm thinking
I
about
don't
what
think you want that.
Well, we're gonna give it away for the 50th. So yeah, it'll be.
Oh, awesome! That's
The
awesome.
chat reminded me. I did forget to say I did play last weekend. Hellblade 2. I actually played the entire game last week and finished it. I enjoyed it.
You did?
Yep.
I wouldn't expect you to say nothing else.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the first topic of the night. Small little thing to talk about. They released
Fucking Ryan Reynolds, man.
They released the
With a
popcorn
textured
bucket
tongue.
for Deadpool, and oh my god, this is classic. I gotta get
What the fuck
this.
is that?
It's the popcorn bucket for Deadpool.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. I don't like his mouth. That's weird.
What are you talking about, bro? It's got that textured tongue for your pleasure, man.
Yo, hold on. Who they selling this shit to? Puff Daddy?
Bro, everybody. This motherfucker's sold
That's gonna
out.
be hard to get, dude. That's gonna be hard to get.
Yeah,
Where's it
that's
being
gonna be
sold
good.
at? I'll buy it right now.
AMC.
Yeah, go to the movie theater. They'll have it. Yeah.
No,
Wait a
it's not
minute,
available yet, is it?
No,
I think,
it won't be. Probably won't be available till the movie drops. Yeah.
because they're gonna do this one. I think they're doing a Wolverine one, and they're doing a Deadpool one
That fucking
too.
Dune bucket sold out.
Yeah.
Get sold
Yo,
out.
I collect movie cups, unfortunately, right? This is one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is if you can get it, this would be the one to
Thor,
get.
Love and Thunder. This wasn't the best movie, but I got
No,
the cup.
no, it was not the best.
That's my least favorite MCU film.
Well, you know,
My
I got
least favorite is the fucking Immortals.
That's
Even
all.
more
No,
so
no,
than
no,
Madam
no,
Web.
no,
Even more
no,
so than
no.
Madam Web.
Madam Web's the MCU.
Madam Web is dumb. I'm sorry. I watched it the other night on Netflix.
I saw it on Netflix. It's dog
Oh.
shit.
Yo, I don't even know. What is she? Is she a Spider Woman? What the fuck is she?
I don't fucking know.
I know,
She's like a clairvoyant or
I
something. She can
never
see the future.
watched the movie and had to go look up the character. She has psychic abilities and some other bullshit.
Yeah, but that's after she gets put in a fucking wheelchair. And she's old.
What's wrong with that, asshole?
She's Professor Next. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That mouth. Look at that mouth. That's weird.
That's why he did it that way. Where Ryan Reynolds probably designed it
Because
himself.
they had that Dune popcorn bucket, man, and they had the sandworm coming out. And
I'm
everyone's like,
gonna buy it because that's my favorite character.
everyone was like, yo, do you not notice that this fucking popcorn bucket with the sandworm looks like a fucking fleshlight? You guys are selling this to people. So Ryan Reynolds fucking ran with that shit. He goes, oh, hold my beer. I'm going to give you a fucking blow-up doll face with a Wolverine fucking helmet.
See that?
And they're gonna do it. They're actually gonna probably do a Deadpool variant as well. So I think there's two of them. There's gonna be the Wolverine variant and the Deadpool variant. So it's gonna be.
This is also pretty much confirmation that he's going to have the goddamn cowl in the movie.
Yeah, it's gonna
What
be.
did you get?
Well, no, he's already gonna be on. I mean, they've already shown the lead costume, and it's basically X-Men '97 or X-Men old school X-Men. You know.
Yeah, but they haven't shown him wearing the cowl in any of the
But yeah, it's
trailers.
gonna be one of the harder ones to get. I get it. It's gonna be like immediately once it goes live, it's gonna be sold out. So
Yeah.
there it is.
They're going to be flipping this shit on eBay. Watch.
Oh yeah, shit. This thing is gonna cost you upwards of $500 if you're lucky on eBay. You know, maybe more. But yeah, the only bucket I actually bought was for
Y'all want
Frozen
one?
Kingdom
What's
Ghostbusters
that? The
because the
Xbox
Ghostbusters.
toaster? He's got the
Oh,
Xbox
the
toaster.
ghost trap.
Yeah, the Ghost Trap because I've always
All I
wanted the
got is
Ghost
a
Trap.
bunch of shit in my house.
Bro, it Hasbro just released the ghost trap with the PKE meter for like $200.
I need to cut in here for real quick. I got to ask Paul a question here. Paul, I need help on something. There was a movie released within the last 3 years. It was, it's a horror movie with an older couple. They go and they do a porn movie in their barn, and the older couple, I think the wife comes after them. Do you know what movie that is?
Oh, I've
You're not
seen
talking
that.
about you're not talking about X, are you? There's one.
It's-
that
it's-
was
Yeah,
It's called
it's X.
X. Yeah.
Okay,
That's just what
all
it's
right.
called. There's actually it's actually a series of movies. There's double X, and then triple X. I think.
So, okay, so the one that's going to be coming out, the Triple X, the Maxine review, that's
Right.
part of it too.
Part of that same line of movies. Yes.
Okay. I appreciate that because I'm looking at something right here. So sorry.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. No problems.
At least he knows who the right person to go to for horror movies, doesn't he? It's like,
Oh, Paul, you better. I hope your counter is going to be open in that, because I got some stuff planned for you. So, I do, especially with the horror stuff. So
cool.
I'll be linking up with you in that stuff. So.
All right, so let's go
only
ahead.
because you want to pick on me and make me yell and scream.
No,
I know.
it's all fun. God damn it, I'm not going to do it no more.
I'm kidding.
I know. Go ahead. Sorry, Wize.
Well, no, go ahead.
I'm
It's fine.
not
It's
kidding.
fine.
I want to flatten your fucking tires on your wheelchair.
There's a reason I
No,
don't have
I'm not
pneumatic
doing
tires on my wheelchair. There's a reason neither one of my chairs has pneumatic tires, okay? And you're one of them.
Well, it's got rims. That's all we know. Are you riding dirty? That's all we want.
Riding dirty. Yes, baby.
Well, let's get into it.
Don't do that again.
PlayStation.
Oh god.
Oh my God!
Stay
Yeah,
clear of that
you're
shit.
getting a letter written like, please don't do that. All right, so yeah, State of Play happened this week.
State of gay.
Interesting slew of games. So the first game announced was this thing called Concord. I thought we already had Overwatch, but apparently that wasn't good enough. So
This is Guardians of the Galaxy. What you talking about?
Let me say, I was sold on this game through this part until they said 5v5 and went, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna say this too. For
To
you
be
racist people out
fair-
there, there's got like 3 black women in here. This is not the game for you. Stay on Stellar boobs.
Still tatas.
They
The
went
game was announced.
Billingsley talking jive in Airplane.
Oh, well, yep. Yeah. The mother's beaver talking jive. Yep.
I predict this
Favorite
game
mother,
being
yeah.
about as successful as the fucking aircraft.
That's what I said. It's gonna have the same lifespan as that fucking jet.
Why greenlit? Like, they cancel so many live service games. Is it because this one was almost near
It's a
completion? That's why.
5v5. Yeah, I mean, probably it's a 5v5 Overwatch inspired hero shooter. I guess they see a better audience than what they canceled the games for, I guess, or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because Overwatch did so well, right? And
I mean, the only thing this is really
Not
doing
the
different
second
is that
part.
there's going to be these fucking
No.
vignettes when you
1.2
log in.
shit.
So, like, it's going to have a story, and every time you log in, or every once in a while when you log in, there'll be a new vignette, like, cutscene to have the story move along. I don't know. These pieces of a puzzle don't seem like they fucking fit. It's like they tried to make one game as a combination of 2 different games that don't work together.
yeah, it looks like they want to have a story, but they don't want to have a story at the same time, and it doesn't make any sense to me either.
It's like if you're gonna do a fucking a 5v5 hero shooter, you can't have a fucking story in that shit, bro.
I think they can, just to flesh out the world is probably what they're going for with the story side of things. Because if anyone's in the Overwatch community, one of the main things for Overwatch was the characters and learning about the world. But I mean, it's an interesting approach to do something like that instead of saying, hey, here's multiplayer and not much world building beyond it. Because even Apex Legends try to do the world building, and it's a battle royale, but they have their own lore that they try to fit in every now and then, especially with their story trailers. So having it in the game.
Okay, you just fucked up. You just fucked up.
What I do?
You were saying?
What the fuck is the story in Apex?
In the world?
Yeah.
I'd have to look into it, but like I said,
Just let me get back to you on that one.
no. So
Story. Point and shoot. Shit.
what I'm saying is that there's hero shooters when you
Give
have a
this
cast
man
of
the
characters,
mic.
what have you. When you have a cast of characters, you give them backstory, you give them fleshed out a little bit. So the approach of doing something new instead of saying here's a multiplayer game, go have something at it. I think having some type of character and story evolve throughout the game is an interesting push. Will it convert people to play the game? I don't know, but just have, again, if you're looking at Overwatch, and how popular Overwatch was. Again, the story wasn't on the forefront, but that's one of the things that got people into the franchise. So Concord doing the same thing isn't surprising and not at all like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? Like I said, Overwatch, one of the biggest hero shooters before they made 2. It was sold on the game as well as the world building that they did in the game. So that's the only thing I'm pointing out. Not that people are going to come in droves to play it.
Yeah, you know what got me into Overwatch too? Hey, we gotta have people to play this game. Come join us.
With you, but
that's it.
I don't know. I play Apex. I don't fucking know the story.
I know it's connected to the.
I played Destiny back in the days, and I didn't know the fucking story.
Yeah. I mean, I just know
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
No, I mean, you say you don't know the story of Destiny, but there's a whole community around the community of
Destiny has like a deep lore and shit. It's a little bit different, but to be fair to this game, like it looks like it's well made. It looks polished. It looks like it could be fun, but it also looks generic as fuck, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying the story inclusion is gonna make it sell, but
okay, Concord can have the greatest story that's ever been written in a video game ever.
Mm-hmm.
But the story and the gameplay, they're completely separate from one another. Right. It's not like they're woven into it. Like I play the game and then I get a cutscene that has nothing to do with any of the shit that I just did.
I'm gonna say
this,
man.
I don't care.
I like it.
Look, I'm gonna say this.
It's something different. I can appreciate something different in gaming, but
it's cool.
What they showed,
I'll give it a try. But like
what they showed, right? If it ain't free to play, fuck them. That's number one. Number two,
it looks like it should have been.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't know if they confirmed or not.
They didn't yet, but I'm gonna say this.
They didn't.
No deal.
I don't see anything that's gonna make a PlayStation owner purchase that shit. Yeah. I'm just saying. I didn't see nothing that they're gonna go, oh shit, I should play that. Just like X Defiant. That shit free to play. I'm not stopping playing Call of Duty and Halo or Battlefield for that shit.
Yeah,
sorry.
PlayStation's my primary console, and this shit isn't getting me hyped.
Right.
Astrobot got me hyped. This shit.
I like how Cells makes this the next thing since sliced bread.
I'm with you with that. But Concord, dead on the right one. Cancel that shit like the jet.
Watch Cells come on and say this is like the best shit since sliced bread. Watch.
I don't think she'll say that. She'll probably give it a try just to see, just give it an honest shake.
Crazy,
but
first of all.
I don't know that way.
She is the pinnacle example of don't do crystal moves.
I don't think this is for anyone.
She good though. She a good gamer, but goddamn, she crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, I like my girl's a little crazy. You know, that's all I gotta say. Crazy's good. You know. But anyhow, is this PlayStation's bleeding edge?
First of all, bleeding edge was fun as fuck.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, this is fun as fuck for those three people who play
it. That game had some strategy to it, but it also, I did the developer interview at E3 that year with them devs, had a special interview, right? Got a special playthrough before everybody got a chance to play. That game was good, but this is what happens. You not pulling nobody away from no other shit.
Right,
you get what I'm saying? Yeah, listen, everybody wants a games as a service game, right? Fortnite copied fucking PUBG. They stole everything, but they made it creative. They made it creative, right? They got all these fucking add-ons. They got the bigger money. They got these special characters. I got over $800 in characters. All the movie shit I love, I got every fucking character you can imagine. I paid for $20 because I don't do battle passes like my boy King David does, right? What the fuck are you gonna make to pull me from my main 4 multiplayer games? Yeah. What?
I say this shit all the time.
Every day.
Everyone's always chasing that Fortnite money. When we get these games and service that come out every year, and they last for 2-3 months, and everybody goes back to Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty.
That's right.
They go back to like the main 4 or 5, and that's it. They give it a try. I'm like, back to the shit that I'm already deep into.
Now, or that your friends are playing. That your friends are playing. You know?
Right. Like all these games of service, 90% of them live and die in the same fucking month.
Facts. Now let me ask you another question. Fake ass Xbox content creators. Who the fuck talked about Power World in the last 6 weeks? I'll wait.
Yeah.
Who?
No, we know.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I know. Yeah. I know.
Oh shit, that's my
music. Yeah. Oh, shit. I personally, I know what games like that. I will play them for a while, usually for a week or so, and then I'm done. And then it's like, okay, because anybody who really looks at what I play and what I really get into and enjoy, I love a good story game. And if it doesn't have a good story, I'm only going to stick with it for so long. And I go, okay, I need to go play something with a little bit of narrative to it, not just run around and do the same old shit over and over and over again. You know,
I'm in there for
I really agree.
Fuck
Is it a full purchase game though? Is this going to be like a full $70, or is it going to be a
Astrobot better not be $70.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It better not be $30. It better be 30.
Right, 30 or 40, I'll do it.
well, it says open
content?
early access. Oh, early access open beta. So I'm thinking it's not going to be free. Because usually when they do that, it means that you're paying something.
Y'all better fuck with Marvel Rivals. If y'all want a Overwatch competitor, I just finished playing that.
That looks like
like
shit too. If
Turtle.
I'm gonna be honest.
No.
Yeah,
I played it. I played it.
Is
I'm
it good?
telling you, the shit is good.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've seen in that Overwatch type style game. Hulk and fucking Magneto is crazy.
Well, at least you know the backstories. Here you got like characters that you really don't know anything about coming into
Which
a
is why
genre
they
that's already
have the story
saturated to a
campaign
point.
stuff to branch out the characters. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just,
I like that. I like that.
But see,
Right.
those aren't. But those aren't. They're story, but it's gonna be video. It's not gonna be something you actually play and go through. It's gonna be sit here and watch this video we're releasing this week, so you can.
You can't say that don't work because there's 40 million people playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. I mean, shit,
You
there's
don't
people
get,
that
you
was
get story
watching
backstory
it.
videos for each character. You can't say it don't work. It just the
No, but
PlayStation community will
they're-
not adapt to that shit.
They're doing a continuous story that that plays out over time. It's different than just a video backstory for the character. But the thing is, like I said before, the gameplay and the videos are completely disconnected from one another. So it's like you play this game, and then every once in a while you get this video of this shit that happened that has nothing to do with the game you've been playing, other than some of the people look the same. I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me, and like it's not something that interests me.
I think what would have been useful, I suppose, is if you had like a co-op side of things, because at least for me, I don't really care too much of like arena shooters, but one of the things, or even with the hero shooter thing, but one of the things I was interested in Overwatch RIP, the co-op mode, is like the actual co-op mode was where I would be interested in, because then you can have the banter between the characters, you can have a story segment of some sort, and you can still have the 5v5 side of things.
When they first said that they was going to have this continuous story, I thought it was going to be PvE. I thought it was going to be 5 people co-op, and you go through, and all the people you're fighting are just NPCs, kind of like in Suicide Squad. And I thought, okay, well, that's what it's going to be. And then me and my brother were watching it. We noticed that one of the people they shot was the one of the fucking guys in the video, in the trailer. And I was like, oh, no, this shit's PvP? I'm like, that don't make any goddamn sense.
I just want to give the creator of this generation of games we playing the utmost respect. Can we give Gears its fucking props?
Gears?
Gears started this shit.
Gears was alright.
Yeah, I can see that.
They did that.
The arena
Horde
shooter,
mode, arena shoot. Listen, they did the Horde mode alone.
Which came
Gears.
first?
Gears?
Was it Horde or Black Ops Zombies or Cold War, but
Gears was
War
first.
Gears was first.
Gears was first.
Gears.
And Gears
That's
introduced.
I'm just asking the question.
I'm
remember.
telling you,
And
I'm just
Gears
passionate,
introduced
but-
the cover, and Gears introduced the cover
listen,
mechanic. Which
Gears
was
did
amazing,
it, and
so,
people
yeah.
keep forgetting who started that. People go,
Yeah.
"Oh, Fortnite's awesome." They stole that shit from PUBG.
I don't know, because then there's also mercenary modes and Resident Evil 4. That was basically Horde mode but with a timer. That's just me.
I can give you that because I enjoyed that shit too.
Mercenaries mode was, I'm sorry, I just had to toss it out there. Mercenaries was amazing.
But
I didn't
nobody
play
played it.
6.
Nobody
Well, it was a
played
single
it.
player.
Let's pivot to this announcement. This,
I love Resident Evil.
last night I was watching when I was watching this last night, and I noticed that they had God of War coming to PC, and I'm like, well, why would this occupy a spot in the state of play unless A, they really have nothing to show, or B, and then I thought about it, maybe this is like, before this was going to be like a tweet, but now because PlayStation is trying to make more inroads into the PC market, that's probably why they took time out of the state of play to put this in there, just to, get garnered attention from PC players that, hey, this big opus that we have on the PlayStation is coming to PC with all of this stuff on it. And yeah, I mean,
Like, man, you are giving them way too much credit. What happened was they got into the office on Monday and said, we need to do something. What do we got? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
shit. That's the level from Gears and goddamn God of War. Y'all saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I wouldn't even make that type of stretch, but okay, if you say so, okay. Well,
Yo, listen, that's my favorite fucking game. You watch your mouth, Wise. Right? Watch your fucking mouth. That's my favorite fucking franchise for PlayStation. But that did look like that Gears level. Oh, yes, it did.
Yeah, that looks like the skiff and the semi-open world part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't like that shit.
I wouldn't mind seeing this on a high-end PC though, with running DLSS 3.7 and all that stuff. I would love to see it, all the bells and whistles totally maxed out.
Just slide
I'm
that
sorry,
shit right through your butt cheeks.
It's gonna look almost the same, man. Like it ain't gonna be able to push the visuals down far. It's gonna have the frame rate's gonna be better for sure.
Right, but let's talk frame rate for a minute. Right, let's talk frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I bought an 8K TV, LG mini LED, right?
Mm-hmm.
$5,000 because I want it. I don't like OLEDs. I got an OLED, but it's 48 inches in the bedroom. But I don't like playing games and stuff that has an opportunity you might get burned in. But a lot of people talk these frame rates. Got bullshit TVs. Just saying. I'm with King David. If you walk into Best Buy and your TV greets you on the floor, I don't want to talk to you.
Well, unless it's like the previous year's LG that they're trying to discount because they got the new generation LG out this year. So
let's be real here. Everybody bought a fucking OLED when the C10 dropped the fucking $1,100.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, that's when everybody got into, OLED is the greatest. Yeah, no, you could afford it now. That's the difference. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Well, you know,
I did, but
88 inches, 88 inches. I like having my OLED being the
I want
biggest
a
size.
77-inch TV next, or 75. But
Yeah, that's what I got, 75.
I watch a lot of movies.
You know what it's like? You know what I really would like, honestly, is something like
Pornhub
kind
in
of
the
like a Vision Pro, where you can see a big ass TV in front of you and everything.
You ever used? Whoa. You ever use that shit?
The Vision Pro?
No, you ever use anything that does that?
Yeah, well, it's like it's a 120-inch screen. It's not.
It looks like you sitting at a movie theater in the fucking front row.
No. Okay.
That shit sucks to me. I'm just saying.
There's no way you could like push it back some or something.
Yeah, but it's. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't do VR. VR is just not my cup of tea.
I do.
I mean, it's just like
when
at
people
the end of the day, I want to
you can have 110. I said, let me try this shit. I said, this is stupid.
Well, 110 right up to your fucking face is one thing, but if you can like push it back certain feet away,
you could.
No, I like it because it fills my field of vision. So they're just like
this
I like to say.
think he's Iron Man. Put the mask on.
Well, no, it's just like usually in a theater I'll sit 4 or 5 rows back because I need that field of vision to be mostly the movie, because if there's anything moving around or going on in front of me or around me, I will get distracted.
Hey, stop bullshitting, Paul. I'm in a wheelchair too. We sit in those rows because we can't get up the goddamn steps.
Speak for yourself.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I got crutches. So
you use crutches too, Paul? This
I use
motherfucker
crutches
is
too.
multi-talented. All by yourself. Damn,
All right.
I think this vodka's kicking in.
But let me say what I was going to say about this whole thing. I honestly swear to God, I think they went into the guys for at Sony for their and said, "Look, guys, we're gonna have a show tomorrow. What can you whip me up tonight?" I mean, I swear to God.
I think this show was not planned.
No, I don't think it was either.
They begged for it on fucking Twitter. Oh, we need something. They said, "Oh, you want something? We gonna give you a bunch of fucking trailers. Hold that."
Well, I mean, what they showed. I mean, okay, so we always ask them, give us gameplay.
The Alien trailer was all of 30 seconds of nothing. Okay. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, let's be real. Whenever they do any of these things are planned a while in advance.
I honestly don't think this was. I honestly don't think this was.
That shit didn't look planned to me.
To me, it just felt like one of the smallest plays, which we get all the time.
That shit was embarrassing. Yo, when I was live on ILP, they showed Concord for 12 minutes. Motherfuckers was in the chat like, we got 20 left. I was like, This is not looking good because you showing some shit for 12 whole minutes and you said your show is 30 minutes. What the fuck else are you showing? And as we saw, shout out to PlayStation for showing everything going to Xbox. They don't got to waste their time with that shit. I'm just saying. I was like, that's not exclusive. That's not exclusive.
Yeah.
That's not exclusive.
So somebody was asking about the VR games, so I looked them up and said, nope, going to Quest 3, and this one's going to you know.
And I need some fucking VR shit. I have it.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not proud to say it, though.
Well, okay. What about this game, Dynasty Warriors? I guess if you're into those,
I sold out so quickly.
I've never given a fuck
Yeah.
about Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
I thought it looks cool. But I probably can't play it for shit. But it looks good.
I mean, for Dynasty Warriors, this is like the best Dynasty Warriors I've ever seen, if that means anything. But
This is why I don't play Dynasty
Because the
Warriors.
last one came out with like 20 years or some shit.
Right, Boo Boo? Say we don't kill animals around here.
Hey, Lemon, next time I come to New York, I need a new pair of boots, man. I'm just saying, you know?
Then you got
You
some
know,
tiny
his
ass
big
feet.
brother is a protector. He's a fucking pit bull. I'll make sure I introduce you to him, you motherfucker.
okay, so the next one, Infinity Nikki.
I have
Hard pass.
no.
I was thinking me as a communist.
Some fucking weed
having
bullshit.
The woman coming.
I'll be back.
Sorry, Wize.
What the fuck is going on?
I remember. This game looks a lot like Cameo from the 360 era. Like,
Don't do that. Don't ever insult one of my favorite
No,
games
it does
ever.
not, bro.
Don't,
well,
don't,
I mean, it looks like the same gameplay loop
It's
or
just like
something like that.
Ratchet
You know,
and Clank with
transformed
fucking
into-
boobs.
Bro,
What's wrong
literally
with you?
said cameo.
Talking about Cameo made by Rare, the one where you can turn
Yes.
into the different creatures. No, fuck that. This looks like
No
what's it called?
RPG. This is not my day one. This is shit we're gonna see in
No,
cosplay for the next 10 years.
there was that free to play game that came out. A
This
couple
is
years
Hello
ago.
Kitty
Go
on
fix it.
steroids. What's wrong with y'all? The fuck?
You mean Genshin Impact?
No, that too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like
Where's the
Genshin
Genshin
Impact.
Right. He said, no, don't you ever insult my game, Cameo. There's still very rarely a game made today that's better than that platformer. Facts.
I had fun playing that shit long.
Fucking awesome game. And it was difficult.
Notice it says test in Q3 2024. In other words, it ain't coming out this year. So
Oh shit, they got the character from Stellar Boobs in here.
Info, never heard
Stiller
of them before in my
yams.
life. Never heard of them in my life before. But the next one is Ballad of Antara.
This one looks fucking cool, man.
It looks
Yeah.
good.
why are you picking on me, RPG? Jeez. Pick on Lemon.
What?
Paul's got collector's
I didn't say
edition.
shit
Paul's
about
got the
this.
collector's edition.
Oh,
of
but
Infinity
you
Nikki.
got- Paul ain't got no nipples.
Wow. Collector's edition on lock right now. Wow.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be
shit.
fun. Boss, what are you playing? I'm playing today, Infinity Nikki, because I got to.
This game looks
I
pretty
am
damn
not-
good.
No,
Yeah,
it
this
does.
game.
Who makes it? Who made it? Does anyone know?
As long as it's not Sony, because they'll fuck it up if it has online.
No,
What
I don't-
is it?
I-
A Souls like?
It looks like something between a Souls-like and something between like an action RPG.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Fable. Oh shit, clown's gonna kill me.
For me, it's gonna. for me, it is gonna come down to because it does look good, but I'm
It
afraid
does look
it's
good.
gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's gonna be one of those that I'm not gonna be able to play. It's gonna be one of those. Yeah,
You
looks
can
great.
play everything. Post. Give yourself some credit. God
It reminds
damn.
me
Play
of
with your
Phantom
feet.
Blade Zero. It's very
No,
very flashy. The animations
Yeah.
look really good. It looks cool.
Hey, Lemon, you know how bad I wanted to be able to play Liza Pie? I just can't do it.
That shit was hard for me
Liza
too.
Liza
Liza-
Pie?
Liza Pie.
P?
Liza P.
I know, but I just, I just like messing with it. But
He
yeah,
was trying to be funny. God damn it! Now you ruined the man's joke. How'd that make you feel?
Okay, hold on. Infold. Infold also made this game too. So Infold is who is this company? Infold, because they're doing both this one and that Infinity Nikki that Paul has on pre-order.
I'm guessing a Chinese dev.
Wait, ain't that the same game you showing?
No, Infinity Nikki was this one with the little cat and stuff
Right.
like that.
And then
This
you
is
show-
the Ballad of Antara, but the
Right.
developer is Infold. I've never heard of them, and they're coming out with 2 games. So yeah, I mean,
How do you spell the name? I'll look it up.
Infold, Infold,
Oh,
Infold.
Infold. Okay.
Yeah, Infold. Never heard of them before.
I
mean,
love RPGs, man.
You know what I'm really tired of? I'm tired
Yeah,
of
they're
all.
they're from Singapore.
They're from Singapore? Okay. Well, I mean, you know what I'm really tired of is like I like my action RPGs and I like my Souls-like, but I'm tired of all action RPGs like mimicking Souls-like now. I mean, like, I really do hope it's a true action RPG and not a Souls-like.
Don't worry, Fable's coming.
Fable, yeah, they got to nail Fable. I think Fable is going to be like I think there's a lot of pressure on that developer because that game has to be perfect.
There was so much pressure they got Peter Molyneux fired.
They got to fix that bitch's face. Is what they got to do.
No, come on, guy.
Shave her 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, disrespectful. So you don't like women with beards? Are you discriminating?
Yes, sir.
I like them hairy, but not on their face,
you
though.
You may never want to go to the Mediterranean. I'll tell you that right now.
Ow.
I like a little hair on my women, so there you go.
I like it bald. Oh, my bad. Wrong show.
I like cutting through the forest myself. But
here we go, Behemoth.
All right, the next game, Behemoth.
For
Skydance
VR,
Games.
I thought it looked cool, and it's made by the guys that made Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, which is actually a really good VR game.
It's intriguing, but again, one of those
I like
games.
the way this look.
Yeah.
It looks like basically an Oblivion being first person, like being on VR or something.
Bro,
it's
Oblivion
that
VR
style.
is fucking. That's the dream, bro. Like
But
Elder
they
Scrolls
do got a
6
they got a
was in
mod for
VR.
that. They got a mod.
Yeah, they
mod
do.
for that.
They do.
This is why PC community is awesome, but no.
Yeah.
I'm into this. I'm gonna buy this. I buy this.
It's just I don't want to be sitting at night, coming home and playing this game with 2 controllers and one in each hand, and then flailing my arms around. If there was a way to play this with like
Bro,
my
if you don't want to
GamePad,
play VR while you're holding controllers in 2 hands and flailing, then what the fuck you doing playing?
I don't
VR?
want to play VR like that. I want to sit on my lazy boy and play VR, and I want to look around me
a
and
lot of
see.
VR games.
Well,
There's a sit down
Yeah,
option.
there's a
Wise.
sit-down option, Wise.
Especially today.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Yeah.
want to play with the damn controllers. in
That's
his
part of accessibility.
Oh, he
Wise,
want to
is
play
that-
like I played Wipeout on the first PlayStation VR.
hand. He wants to play with a
Use a
controller, in
controller.
his hand.
Yeah.
Some games
that-
have
that-
that, but
Yeah,
most,
that kills the whole experience, bro. The whole thing is just swinging the sword.
yeah, you know how you don't do in the bathroom.
I I did that. I did
Damn,
that
my
shit
bad.
for the whole Zelda stuff that came out for the Wii and the Wii U, and I'm like done with that. I'm done with that phase of my life.
Oh, you
I'm
was one
sorry.
of them people fucking
I
your
was
TVs
one of those
up?
motherfuckers. Yeah, that's how I was. I
The
played that.
Wiimote?
Yep, with the Wiimote and the Wiimotion Plus, which was plus of nothing basically. So
Yeah, but we motion tracking in modern VR motion
That had
tracking.
Here it is.
Oh,
Here it
not
is.
even
Don't
close to
blink.
the
Don't
same.
blink or you're gonna miss this. Don't blink or you're gonna.
Fucking
And
Paul,
the
yo.
other thing is, this one is intriguing, but why the fuck is it 15 frames per second? Dude, look at this fucking stat. Look at this shit's stuttery as fuck.
You
This
gotta
is
be
the
careful.
trailer. Your trailer is stuttering like this. Look at this shit. It's stop motion animation VR.
Damn,
bro.
that shit is moving like Scalebound did at E3. Oh shit!
All right,
Like
Yo.
it's probably going to be cool.
What are you doing?
The
What
frame
the
rate
fuck?
is-
We don't do that.
By the way, you'll notice that's a. I bet you they don't make Holiday with that. That thing looked a little bit.
I'm buying it because I'm an alien,
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Yeah.
predator, Terminator.
if I can
Let's
play,
go.
if it'll
Come
play
on,
on my,
man.
if it'll play on
Son
my
of a
Quest 2,
bitch.
I'm on. If
Hi,
it'll play on the
I'm
Quest 2,
wearing
I'm on it.
glasses, but I still don't see shit. And our game is awesome. Ooh.
Okay, I'm sorry to say she has some nice tits. I'm
Well,
gonna say I wouldn't mind seeing
then
them.
what happened was
Hold
she
on,
Yeah.
let me check you. Let me check you
With
some
a
nice
face
titties.
like
Hold on.
that, she better have nice tits.
wait. So she was sitting in her office on Wednesday morning, and they said, "Look, we need you to come in and do this little thing."
This is my game. This is my game. I had so much fun, and I was playing on my Asus ROG Ally at work. This is my game, man. I'm telling you, this game is fire.
Who are you playing as? Who do you
The
usually
Hulk
go
and
to?
fucking Magneto. And Spider-Man was awesome, too. He swings better than he did in fucking Marvel Avengers. Ooh.
Well, that's not saying
Marvel
much.
Avengers.
what they call it, Roomba
Venom
Spider-Man
looks
or
pretty
something
intriguing to
like
play
Yo,
too.
listen. This game was awesome. It's a complete copycat of Overwatch. Don't get it messed up. But
But third
you
person.
playing... Yes. Yes, and it's awesome. My Asus ROG Ally is probably like 98 degrees hot. Shit was crazy.
Is it on all platforms?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
It's a free to play, right?
No, I don't think so. I'm buying it. I don't care. I'll sell.
I thought it was already out.
I'll sell plasma to get it.
Goddamn.
No, isn't the game already? I thought Rivals
No,
was
it's not
already out.
Nope. I just got out of beta. I was playing for 2 weeks.
Beta.
So when is the official release date for this thing?
They don't have one yet. Not that I know of. But they did do a trailer on Xbox and PlayStation. Maybe at the end of the trailer they might have a date. I think it's spring. September, excuse me. I think.
Yeah,
toward the end of the show they started stuff that was going to be coming out in fall of this year.
Right.
Yeah, they don't even announce
why is Galactus a bitch though? I don't understand this.
Might be his daughter. I don't know.
Oh,
Marvel
RPG88 says RPG88 says
July.
Oh, beta is July. Beta.
Yeah, open beta. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
I need cross-play and cross saves.
Now this game, what is it? Where the Wind Meets? Isn't that the game? The name of this game?
Chinese Souls-like.
Yeah, cool. It's in the vein of Phantom Brave Zero and Black Myth Wukong. Yeah, Where Winds Meet. Winds Meet.
Stuff that looks really good, but I won't be able to play it. Got it.
You can play it, man. Stop, Paul. Use your feet.
No, you use my feet. Is that what you said?
I'm gonna let you borrow Cerebral so you can use your mind.
But are we hitting a threshold for these types of games? Or do you think we're hitting a saturation point? Like almost every action RPG coming out these days is being a Souls-like. Do y'all think that's going to be a problem?
It's about time that Souls-like is getting some love, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was just like a 400,000 seller in the beginning until fucking Elder Scrolls. I mean, not Elder Scrolls, Elden Ring.
Well, I mean, it looks intriguing to me. It looks.
By the way,
nice.
Did you see that one said in development for PS5? So God knows when it's coming out.
I thought, it was, but didn't y'all say it was a multi-platform release? It was going to come out on Xbox as well.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Well,
there's this. This is actually one that I have it on PS4, but I will probably get this version.
Nah, this shit
looks
exactly
like
the same.
A fucking PS4 version. What are you talking about?
It looks exactly like the PS4 version.
We know that this could be the PS4 version they're showing, but you know.
Yeah,
But according to the website, they've upgraded the stuff, so we'll see.
No, I mean,
they said the same shit about that $10 upgrade from Last of Us 2, right? I ain't buy that shit.
I mean, I'm being an asshole about it. I mean, you can tell that it does look better. The lighting is better. The character models are a little better. But the thing is, everything else is the same. And when it was almost looking like this before, there's no reason to upgrade to this. Like, if you haven't played it, great, get this version.
Well, me personally, I might get it on PC because I don't have it on PC because it wasn't been available. I would also say there was some DLC they did for it originally that I have not played. That I don't know if they're including it in this set, but what I like about this is this was Supermassive's first foray into what they have become the master of, the interactive horror game. This was the first big one that basically broke that open, so.
Yeah, I played this one. It was all right. I liked it.
Please tell me they're not going to charge a full price game for this for $70.
Bro, PlayStation, bro, $70. Put money on that shit. Of course they are, bro.
First of all, this is what they're doing. Thinking? This is what they're doing. They're doing these upgrades for a $60 game. And adding 10 to it, so every game is fucking $70. Hold on.
Y'all
didn't catch on to that shit yet?
Yeah. To be fair to that game is about 10 years old. So I mean, for me, that's okay. At 10 years old, you want to re-release it, and they're
how about releasing some new shit? You making a PS5 Pro for what?
Exactly.
Are you bugging?
Well, they didn't actually officially announce that yet either. That's a whole nother
But they
discussion.
fucking officially put out those stats.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm assuming that the reason why we're probably not seeing announcements from a lot of first party shit is they're probably waiting to announce those when they announce a pro. So they can be like, here's the reason to get it for all our first party shit that we've been working on all these guys.
I'm going to ask you a question.
I saw some of that already.
The
Wait till September. I've seen that already.
Listen. This is a real question for everybody here. What graphically is the problem with PlayStation and Xbox shit right now?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
There you go. So what the fuck we need a pro for? We know why they brought out them fucking pros last time.
Listen, I don't need a pro, but I'm gonna buy that shit.
I
on,
want to play
man.
my
I'm gonna buy
games in full 35 frames per
Lowe's
second.
gonna appreciate it.
and-
AK
and-
Stellar Yams, of course he's gonna grab it. Come on, man.
And 15% better. Okay, 15% better.
I'm
okay?
not buying that shit. You hear what I'm telling you? I told
I know.
everybody, if it don't say PS6, I'm not buying it. We don't
No.
need a pro. Last gen, 720p, 900p systems, 1080p with the PlayStation medium settings. Listen, we needed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their fucking pro was terrible on PlayStation. That shit was for the VR. That shit didn't improve nothing. At least the Xbox One X did 4K 60 on Forza.
No, the
right?
PlayStation 4 proved that if PlayStation 4 Pro proved that if you put in God of War, your PlayStation can go into orbit. So there you go.
Right. I remember when they was doing comparisons. That shit look exactly the same. And you think it's gonna be different now? Oh, we sped up this. Yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I threw out my PlayStation 4 Pro, but instead of it landing and breaking, it just took off and went into space.
The only thing I think it's good for is if people don't already have a PlayStation. I don't think it's good to replace.
You
for those
mean
that
the
already
48% of PS4 owners? Oh, those people? Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh no, that was a cheap shot. My bad.
All right, Path of Exile 2. Looking forward to it. Path of Exile was fun. I'm looking forward to couch co-op as well. Basically, Diablo clone, if you will. I know I'm interested in it because then again, I like isometric games.
Don't let the
what about
Path
you?
of Exile guys hear you call it that Diablo clone.
No,
Well, you know,
it's
I
hard
hate
not
I did
to,
that
right?
interview in Boston, and this game is awesome. I played it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, now the animations are phenomenal.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's
I mean,
awesome.
you know, like we always say Diablo clone, but in many ways, I think like the original Path of Exile had content in it that even surpassed Diablo, in my opinion.
Like
And-
graphically and animation wise, it looks better than Diablo 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
yeah.
Presentation is fantastic.
Now, again, it depends on like, you know, the post game follow content, what they follow up with, in which the original Path of Exile, they actually did pretty good.
They did excellent.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this game quite a bit, actually. So
Your skill tree is ridiculous.
yeah.
It's just a lot. You really gotta. It's gonna take a lot of your life away.
Mm-hmm. Path
But
of
the
Exile
skill
is like an
tree-
investment.
Just
it's
like
a
Diablo
marriage.
4 has.
crazy.
Diablo 4's skill
Yeah.
tree is stupid.
No, but it's worse.
It's worse.
is-
Holy shit.
Yo, when you see the page, you'll be like, "What?" Everybody's gonna have a different character. I don't
Yeah.
care if they look the same. They will
No,
definitely be
I
different.
did like that. I just saw couch co-op, which you know a lot of people are always asking, "Well, I want to do couch
Yeah.
co-op." Here you go. You have.
I don't even know why they even alive.
Yeah.
Well,
Nobody.
where
does
did you
that
play this,
shit.
Lemon? Where did you play this?
PAX East.
And can give us just like your, you know,
It's all,
scribe
it's all-
notes version.
Yo, listen, I left there in awe. Literally talking to the devs, playing the game. She was definitely about that work. It's definitely a great game. But like I said, if you get involved in it, it's gonna be taking your life.
I got a question.
It's a lot. But the
Okay,
game,
so-
I left there in awe. Like, holy shit, this is good.
Okay, so it says early access late 2024. That means this game ain't coming out until earliest maybe
2025.
Christmas of next year, right? Roughly, or holiday next year. If it's early
Well,
access,
could be
in,
spring.
like,
Well, it depends on how long their early access is going to be. We've had games where early access has been 2 years.
Yeah,
We've
that's
had
a
games where
fact.
early access has been 6 months. So
Grounded.
yeah, Grounded.
Baldur's Gate 3 famously. 2
Baldur's
years.
Gate 3, 2 years.
It says early access late 2024 PS5. Is PS5 now doing early access or what?
I'm assuming they must be if it says early access late 2024 PS5. The fuck?
It's
I
about
mean,
time.
I don't know. I've never heard of a PlayStation embracing early access, so this might be a new thing actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, beta's kind of early access. No, I'm stop.
Yeah.
He about to put some bullshit out there.
All early access really is we're going to have you beta test this shit.
Yo,
for us.
do we have to play this PS Vita game? Do we gotta show this shit? This shit is horrible.
Yeah, no, it looks like
She
shit.
turned around. I was
First
like,
of all,
what is
Fuck this
this?
franchise, man. This shit is boring.
You know,
I
you
never
gotta say,
liked Silent Hill, bro.
Me
I never liked it.
either.
And
So
I-
like so
I've
many-
I've never
King
played
told
it.
me,
I've
this-
never played it.
I enjoyed it. Look, he's a ripoff for Leon. No.
It was like more
Silent Hill
psychological
2
horror. I was like, listen, bro, I got Resident Evil. I'd rather play that shit all day than this.
said,
I never
listen.
liked Silent Hill.
I never
started
knew.
seeing
only
There's,
one
I never
cigars.
knew the
If
woman
I
had.
wanna see
I never knew the
fucking
woman
fog,
had.
I'll smoke a cigar.
I see. I was a shock. I did not know that the woman had Down syndrome. That
She
was
does?
looks
Her
like it.
character model does look kind of, yeah.
And she looks like she had some sort of genetic abnormality
That
going
bitch
on.
is on the
You know what?
spectrum.
I'm not even commenting on that because my mouth is crazy. So
I mean,
nope.
it's blooper team, so yeah.
I didn't like the fucking medium
Yeah,
either.
and the medium sucked it too.
Yeah, thank you. All these fake ass content creators. Medium is awesome until they found out it was going to PlayStation.
No,
They
because
have
you
to
have
take
to
that
reverse
game
it.
no more.
I enjoy. See, personally, I enjoyed the medium. I think it was,
That was
do
an
I think it
insult
was-
to my $5,000 TV purchase. Are you crazy? That shit was dog shit ugly.
No, when it first came out, everybody on all these Xbox fanboys were like, "Oh my god, it's the best game ever!"
Yeah,
until it got
right.
released on
Dual
PlayStation.
world
Right.
systems, guys. Come on, that's like next.
I never
gen.
said it was the best
Come
game
on.
ever. I just said
That
I
shit was
enjoyed it.
terrible. That shit was
No,
terrible.
and then the funny thing was PlayStation guys just lambasted it when it came out. But then when PlayStation, all the PlayStation guys, oh my god, this game is phenomenal.
Right. That game
See, it
was
runs
trash.
better on the PS5. It's awesome. It's top tier, greatest
Like, what
ever.
the fuck?
That
You
shit
just
was
said
720p on a
if
Series
you don't
X.
like
I don't
a
know what the
game-
fuck it played on PlayStation. Oh,
If you don't like a game, it don't matter where the fuck the game
Exactly.
plays. You don't like the game, fake ass motherfuckers.
you should
I
tell
hate
some
that
of these
shit.
IGN
I hate that
reviewers.
shit.
Hi-Fi Rush is a 7. Hits PlayStation. Oh my god, it's the same fucking game, dummy.
Probably one of the better games in the entire state of play was this one. Looking forward to it.
I'll be
Monster
real, man.
Hunter Wilds.
I played Monster Hunter World that was my first Monster Hunter game because I had heard how great the Monster Hunter franchise
Monster
was.
Hunter World.
I could not get into Monster Hunter World, man. I just couldn't.
How
I
fun?
couldn't
but,
either.
like, well,
It's a grindy game.
I put a good maybe 10 hours or so into it, and
Bro, you didn't even play the game.
It didn't grab me.
You didn't even play the
It didn't
game.
grab me. If I need to play more than 10 hours for a game
No,
to
I
get its
messed
hooks in
with you.
me, yeah, I know.
Oh, you like
but-
Persona 5? You don't get into the game till after 6 hours? Fuck out of here.
Nah, I
got
played
too much
Persona
shit to
5
do.
for all of
The
10
great- you have
minutes,
to
and I
do-
was like,
and you-
I'm not trying to play in a fucking high school simulator.
And you have to do the
Fuck
and you have to do the
Eject
first
Ojito,
four.
cuz.
Yep. You
Plus,
have to do the
when you
first
play
4
Persona
hours before you
5,
get the title page. You have to get
and
the
you
first
and
4
you
hours.
and you put in that work, you get to the boss, and then find out it's a big ass dick.
Oh, yeah, that boss fight.
The
Yeah.
the dick boss, the penis demon. What the? No, what? Who thought that was a great idea? I'm
Japanese.
somebody in Japan did. I'm sorry to say.
And make this the best dick in the world, boss. Yes, we're gonna do that. As soon as I find out, I took the game back. Fuck out of here.
Well, you have Persona, whose main boss was a dick, and you have Smash Brothers, whose main boss was a glove. So you put them together, and you can jack
Oh.
off. All right.
You're
all
going
right.
to hell for that one. Oh,
No.
yeah, you
I
are.
mean, this looks really cool, but I just because of how Monster Hunter World.
What
burned
part
me a
looks
little
cool? Him licking the guy up, or
Yeah, I know
the-
that's weird.
The combat
that's
looks
cool.
cool. The riding on the little raptors looks cool. The animations look like it's a
Yeah.
cool game. But I just know that if it's gonna be like Monster Hunter World,
It's
I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna hate myself for fucking spending money on it. I just can't.
Yeah, if you're not into grindy, I've been with Monster Hunter since like the PSP days. So if you're not into the grindy farm the monster 20 million times, and you're not gonna like Wilds, and seeing that they're expanding on the interaction with the world, because Wild or I'm all over the place. World really opened up just the interaction the player have with the landscape and the ecosystem, and seeing what they're doing in Wilds. I mean, it's a solid improvement, especially the little clip at the end there, what they're doing with the great sword and be able to clash with the monster. So I'm curious to see how they'll expand across the other weapons. There's like 14 weapons in Monster Hunter, so I'm wondering if it's going to be.
I'm sure it's gonna do well. Monster Hunter World, fucking Capcom was like, "Yo, keep."
Oh,
putting
you know
money."
that is just like Elden Ring for Capcom when it comes to
Yeah.
and really took off because the Monster Hunter franchise really was stuck on console or 3DS and handheld, and World kind of
fucking handheld.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm sure,
I think
I'm sure
the
it'll do
concept
well.
is awesome. I hated
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World because I think the combat was just fucking sluggish.
Yeah.
I
And
think
I,
the
and I,
game-
I hate
I
it.
think the
You-
game
you-
is
you- You're
awesome.
hitting these monsters, and it feels like you're not doing any goddamn damage. You're like fucking shooting
that's
with
fine.
I
guns
still
and
think the
shit.
game is. I still think the game is dope. Don't get it messed up. I just
Nah,
don't think it's
I
for
just-
me.
The gameplay didn't grab me.
Well, the only gameplay loop it really has is go kill big monster, come back, upgrade your armor to go out and kill bigger monster, and that the only thing that it is a looter. It's a looter primary and fundamentally that's all it really is. It's not really.
I do the same shit in like Horizon, but for whatever reason, that gameplay just for me is more fun than the gameplay in Horizon.
What weapon did you use? What weapon were you using?
I tried everything, man. I tried greatsword. I kept trying different weapons. I'm like, yo, this weapon fucking sucks. Maybe let me try this one. I tried the next one. I'm like, I still don't like it. I tried like multiple ones, the guns and shit. I'm like, I don't think this game's combat is for me.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
This thing with the tongue is killing me.
Come on, Lemon. You know you're turned on by that. Come on. Let's see.
His name should be the Kraken because he looked like he licked some crack.
That's
crazy.
All right, next game, and the last game actually was this
is the one that stole the show, man. It stole the show for me.
Therein lies a fundamental problem. If this is the game that stole the show, there wasn't much of a show. I actually thought they're going to announce a new controller when I saw this shit.
No. That's a little disrespect to the game, man. It's a great game. You know, if it's a standout game, it's a standout game. Don't
it was the only game that stood out. Well,
no. Well, I GamePass. Every time this motherfucker talk, he should say, "Now let's go to our sponsors. This is a message from our sponsors." Ooh, you selling this shit? Huh?
So the game is playing around on a controller. Okay, well, whatever.
I don't have a PS5 to begin with. I'm primarily on Xbox.
So you ain't here.
I can appreciate games across the board. That's all it is. You know, that's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out September 6th, and I guarantee you, I think PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out September 6th as well. I really think that's probably why they made this game.
I mean, maybe the little console watcher thing is like a little sneak peek. You see the PlayStation console? That's the Pro version.
Yeah, I heard people saying that shit. Oh, it teased the PS5 Pro. What? But they're all spaceships, motherfucker. What? Because it looks like a spaceship. It's a PS5. Shut the fuck up. I was like, these people are fucking idiots.
Uncle Lem said he likes Astrobot, but shit, this the best you could do? God damn it. Look at this shit.
If you're into platformers, this would be the one.
It's one of the it was the launch on the PS5, wasn't it? One of the launch titles or built-in consoles, and people loved it. So saying that
Astro's Playroom was awesome.
It was awesome, baby. Yes,
to this day, it's still the best implementation and demonstration of what the DualSense is capable of. Exactly. Nobody else has been able to implement the DualSense capabilities the same way as Astro's Playroom. So
nobody can get you to blow your controller as well as the Astro Playroom. That's
right.
Absolutely, Paul.
You want to try them haptic feedbacks on your booty? I know you do, Paul. You're a little different. I know you
do. Music looked so. One of the good things about that game was Astrobot was the music, and it seems like some of the music
songs are banger.
Oh yeah, PCU for you. Oh my god, that was a good one.
But
I think it has some of that. I think it has some of the I think one of the scenes had actually the song on it.
Come on, Wize. You buying soundtracks for games, huh? That's how you're serenading your women?
That's what it takes. I have no woman. That's why I gotta use that.
He's like, listen, baby. Come over here and listen to this Final Fantasy.
Did y'all hear that? That was like some of the music from it. So it looked pretty good. It sounded pretty good. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, as I jokingly say there was a problem if this is the #1 game on your showcase, but still, yeah, I am looking forward to it because I think this generation more than most.
That's the problem though, is that this wasn't a showcase; it was a state of play. Like they've separated the two things. We have state of plays, which are very hit or miss.
By size.
Then we have PlayStation showcases. This wasn't a PlayStation showcase. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool seeing all the PlayStation characters.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And we've been.
I ain't buying PS5 for this shit.
No,
it's not gonna. Yeah, this isn't gonna move any consoles. No, but it's still gonna. It'll probably be one of the best exclusives that PlayStation fucking releases on that console. Because I thought Astro's Player was fucking fantastic.
It was awesome.
Well, I do think that we've had a very few amount of true platformers this generation in general. I mean, I think what is it? Just Ratchet and Clank in this one?
No, we had Sackboy Adventure, which was also actually a really good game. Sackboy Adventure.
But I miss the era where we had like Sly, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter.
Yeah,
I
well,
miss those
it's
games.
because we're at this point in history where if it don't have Mario in the title, they just don't move.
It's
They
funny
don't
you
sell
didn't
enough.
mention Knack.
You mean the Mark Cerny game?
You want to forget that shit happened, don't you, motherfucker?
Yeah, I want to forget both of them.
Well, it's coming out September
He said it's
6th.
going to define a generation. Fucking Mark Cerny's a liar. That and the SSD, you fucking liar.
I really thought they're gonna announce a new controller, like right here when he first like gets into that new controller colorway or something. Like, yeah, I thought, okay, they're gonna announce a new controller because I don't know, maybe I'm just so used to Astrobot being a hardware showpiece than an actual standalone game, I guess. So yeah.
The last controller they showed sucked ass. You saw that God of War controller?
Oh shit!
boy.
Where you saw it, I see it every day. I bought that motherfucker.
All their controllers are boring as fuck. All their plates are boring as fuck. It's like they could be making so much money selling custom plates or themed plates for that. They come off for a goddamn reason. Why aren't you selling fucking plates? I don't understand these fuckers.
They don't understand that they got a lot. Those little logos, those little icons that they have, the X, the circle, the square, and the triangle, that goes a lot of way for brand recognition. They need to, implement more, do more brand stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's just
they're like Apple.
They can't do covers. They can't do online.
No.
They fucked up.
Apple could be making millions of dollars selling themes for their phone, but instead they're like, nah, you want themes? Grab a picture from your photo gallery and make a wallpaper, cocksucker. That's all you get.
Yeah.
No, even more than that.
You.
All they have to do is release a fucking T-shirt with an Apple logo in the middle. They don't even want to do that. So,
yeah, listen, Xbox is winning.
When it comes to theme consoles, oh yeah, Design Lab too. There's no reason why PlayStation doesn't have a Design Lab equivalent. None.
Well, that was generally the showcase. So in general, let me go to you first, Supa. What did you think of the whole thing? What would you rate it, etc.?
That shit was like a fucking 4 or 5 out of 10. There was only 2 or 3 games I was interested in. One was that the Antara, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Path of Antara, whatever. And then the other Souls-like game, kind of, and an Astrobot. Everything else I couldn't give a fuck about.
Vicious.
Yeah, the Path of Antara, the Where Winds Meet, this game.
Those are the only ones that were interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like this state of play, let's be real, this could have been a fucking blog post.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Uncle Wize, don't let him do that on here. Don't let him do that.
Nah, do it again.
No. I fucking agree. I agree. Like this scene, we always joke. Okay, true enough, they probably spent some time on this, but it just looked like basically somebody phoning in their homework or some shit like that. Like, okay, I gotta turn this.
Motherfucker, send it to us.
Like I understand the state of plays are very hit or miss, and they're not the same as the showcases. But there's got to be at least something substantive in the state of play for me to go like, oh yeah.
This is like one of those posters that you have to grade, and you can still see the tape and the glues on the side and everything. It just you see all the like where they printed the thing from Chat GPT, and it still has the watermark for Chat GPT still there.
And then the other thing is they fuck up by putting themselves in a situation where it's been a full year since the last time they did anything, whether it be state or play or showcase. So people are thirsty for something to drink. And it's like, you need to fucking give them something to drink. And ain't nothing to drink here.
Yeah,
like,
they gave you Kelly piss, motherfucker.
Right? Yeah, some Jesus juice.
Jesus juice.
Well, and here's the thing.
You still what we've heard, get her fed, but then they thirsty for
Jesus juice, I'm dead.
The insult to all of this is this, Supa, as PlayStation fans as well. According to Tom Henderson, which is probably the most reliable leaker we have, which could be debated, there's no showcase or anything of the sort planned until the end of this year. Like they did say that there will be some announcement during
and then they're going to put themselves in the same situation again. It's like, all right, here we go, almost a full year later or half a year later, when now here's your showcase where it's like, this is where all the good shit is, right? Mm-hmm. That shit needs to fucking bang, because if it don't fucking bang, then people are going to be like, 2 years now? We waited 2 years for this shit? They put themselves in this predicament where it has to be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But what is going on in this generation? This is like, and I mentioned this on the DM last night. There's something wrong going on that I can't put my finger on this generation. It just seems both of these major publishers are having a hard time getting first party compelling games out at any sort of cadence. And I can't explain what's going on. Is it all financial? Is it because of the hardware is now more complicated?
We also know that dev cycles for AAA first party games is usually going to be 4 to 5 years. We had fucking COVID 2021. That shit's going to push shit back even a little bit, and 22. So we don't know how much COVID delayed projects or pushed projects back. So even let's say we're going to go on the minimum of 4 years. A lot of these studios, their last game was within 4 years. So it's not that they're not making shit. It's just we're just waiting for the next shit to come out. We're still in that timetable.
Yeah, but it is something we keep blaming COVID, and people say,
because it's a real thing that caused.
But it wasn't that
delays.
they weren't doing anything at all. They weren't just sitting at home eating sandwiches, Paul. They were
wait.
working.
Wait. Okay. Now you sound kind of like an idiot. I'm sorry, but you kind of do. It wasn't like they decided on Thursday, okay, from now on you guys are going to work from home. You ready to go? Let's go. Because it doesn't work like that, dude. They had stuff they had to get into place. Some of them it took them 6 months or almost a year to get those.
You got to think for people to be working from home at their studios, they got high-powered workstations that they use to build these games. They don't got that shit at home.
And not all the studios have the same resources.
I'm gonna give you some insight that happened that I know from people that I know make games at Microsoft. They was down almost 2 years. No productivity at all. None. And everybody didn't have the right stuff at home to do games from home.
Right. It's not like other jobs where you
was trying to code on a freaking 1080 GPU or
some shit. This came from straight people I know.
Yeah.
Right?
And the other side of it,
they didn't know
mocap. They
don't have mocap.
They didn't even know if they was going back into the studios or when.
And they're not all back. They're not all back in the studio yet either.
COVID didn't shut down video gaming. That shit shut down the planet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about video gaming. That shit shut down the world. And I live in New York.
Yep.
And to see nobody outside in the New York streets is fucking
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay. We live on top of each other. That shit ain't no joke. So this is why they shouldn't rush the next gen, because we haven't taken advantage of this gen yet.
That's what I agree with. Like people, they always go ahead.
I was going to say to his point, there were some movie makers that took advantage of the streets of New York being empty. And they shot footage for movies they haven't even started yet, but because the streets were fucking empty.
Yeah.
They show pictures of Times Square. That shit looked like a straight out of a post-apocalyptic movie, some shit like that.
So you can't say, why they wasn't making games? Why fucking nothing? Everything was dead. Everything.
And like
I've never walked on 42nd Street and seen nobody.
Yeah,
ever.
that's what I'm saying. I've never seen.
You go out there 3 in the morning, it's loaded of people. Yep. It was desolate.
And I can tell you right now from people I know that Microsoft doesn't fully go back into the office even now. There's a lot of people that they don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of departments that's not there.
Bro, New York's nickname is the city that never sleeps, and there was fucking nobody there.
Right.
But the problem I'm having with all of this is this, right? They're complaining that, oh my God, okay, like PlayStation said that even though they have the most, it's profitable, 50% of their player base is still on the PlayStation 4. And you know what? I can't blame them. I can't blame anybody not wanting to upgrade, because I've not seen anything this generation that is compelling.
You've got to give them a compelling reason, and launching cross-generation games for 3 fucking years ain't it, Chief? Like for people that don't have the means or resources, or just aren't like diehards, they're like, yo, I'm gonna stay where I'm at until some good shit comes out. Or maybe they are assuming that a Pro is gonna come out, and they're like, I'm not gonna get a PS5 for them to release a Pro 3 years later. I'll wait for the fucking Pro.
I don't know why they're gonna buy a Pro. All they watch is Pornhub.
Hey, we want that Pornhub in 8K.
It's that DualSense that adds a little flavor to it.
Yeah,
But
that's the DualSense Pro's function there.
I look into the exact, but didn't they say something like this generation PS5 or where they're at now is like their most profitable or something like that?
It's their most profitable, but still they're still showing, and this is something coming out of PlayStation, not
But
me.
also, it's because they've seen a large increase in like basically monetized games. So money that's being made from monetized games, but not from selling more games. We're selling more consoles.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, I get where you're coming from, Wize, but I don't really think they're complaining about their current situation if they're most profitable. You know, like I'm sure they would like more people to be over there, but they're looking at like we're doing good. So, you know.
Yeah. And also they're also trending above where PS4 was in the same time. So it's not like they're trending behind or anything like that. Granted, they're seeing a decline in the amount of sales, and they project that they're going to sell even less consoles next year. But they're still trending above where PS4 was in the same time with fucking COVID. So I mean, you can't really complain about that too much.
Well, it still seems like one of the most lackluster generations we've had since I can remember.
Bro, look at the PS2.
I'm sorry,
man, how many fucking games came out? PS2, PS3, but there were games coming out all the time. All the time. It's just that the dev cycles take longer, man.
And what's funny is, you know, you and other people say stuff like that. I'm not starving for games to play.
Yeah,
I don't first party.
I'm not saying that you're starving for games to play, but I just don't see a compelling reason if you've not upgraded to a PS5 or a Series X that you should go out and do it. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's no reason out there for me to say, okay, for me to recommend to somebody.
But he only can speak for himself.
I mean, that's fair because. No, I was going to say, like, at least
I'll give you an example.
There ain't no goddamn reason to upgrade. Let's be real here. We ain't going to get on here and fucking buffoon each other.
No,
there is no game to say, I need a PS5 or Series X. There isn't one.
The reason I'm saying that is because a couple of weeks ago, an aunt of mine reached out to me. She said that somebody is selling a PS4 Pro for $100, and she wanted to get her son, who is like just coming into the gaming spectrum, a PS4 Pro. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. My son is like, well, why didn't you tell her to buy a PS5? I'm like, well, there's nothing there that would
a $550 difference.
There's nothing there. Main thing is it's not the money, which is like there's nothing there. And I'm not
but we're also reaching the point in this generation where we're starting to see less and less cross-generational games. So for me personally, if I was going to invest in a new console now, I would save up a little bit and get whatever the most current console is, because the big games coming out going forward, the bangers are not going to be on a fucking PS4
But
Pro.
We've not heard of any bangers.
But see, here's the thing. Wise.
TA6 ain't going to be on a fucking PS4 Pro.
But here's the thing, Wise. If you've got somebody who's just getting into gaming, you might want to get them something that's a little more forward thinking. That maybe there's nothing right now that's pushing the limits of but even on a PS4 Pro, you're going to notice a difference after a while. And he's right. There are some games that are going to start coming out that aren't going to be available on the one he has.
There are third-party games that come out right now that aren't cross-generational.
Right.
Yeah.
There are?
Yeah, all the time, bro.
There's
so many third-party games have come out in the last year that are only on PS5 and Series X. They're not on PS4 or Xbox One. They're current gen only games. And the thing is, like, why would you want to spend $100 to then now not have access to any of the games going forward, whether they're bangers or not? Any games going forward, there's going to be a ton of them that are only going to be current gen. And then we're reaching the tail end of the generation where we're almost ready to go into the next generation. Why would you buy a PS4 Pro at this point? Like, I would save some money. Get a used PS5. Get a used PS5 digital.
Yeah. Well, I would say for $100, I would pick up a PS4 Pro. What the hell?
Yeah.
You know, like you just need something to play. There's a shit ton of games to still play for $100, especially if you give them the PlayStation Plus, like you said for a while.
Right. Yeah. So, anyhow, so that was the showcase. The state of play, whatever. So the next one is not coming. The next one, okay. Apparently, there's going to be some announcements during Summer Game Fest. Biggest one that we've heard rumor-wise is Lego Horizons. Lego Horizons.
Whoop-de fucking do. I haven't played a Lego game in 30 years.
Well,
I have. I love Lego games, man.
I don't play it, but if anything would compel me to play it, would be a Lego Horizons game.
What? I think the last Lego game I played was Lego Marvel's Avengers, and that was like maybe 8 years ago, whenever the hell that was.
That game was awesome.
I
It was
love
fun, yeah.
all those Lego story games are awesome. I love them. I have them all, or almost all.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that also some things that were missing in the announcement. Number one was the PS5 Pro. If this thing is supposed to be coming out sometime nearing the holiday of this year, and this is the last thing they have until end of the year.
Well, no, I've heard rumors of something in September too, but I don't know how solid.
Or maybe we'll get an announcement at the show, what do you call it, the Summer Games Fest.
No, okay.
Who knows? Because I mean, I don't know why, but there's going to be some things that both companies are going to have in Summer Games Fest that they let Jeff Keighley get that they could have easily just put in their own shit, but for whatever reason,
I feel like,
yeah.
Well, anyhow, the next big thing that happened this week was the confirmation, if you will, that Black Ops 6 is coming day and date to Game Pass. So is this going to move the needle any?
Yes.
Oh, I know a lot of people swallowed their tongue.
Sure.
I know a lot of people swallowed their tongue after that was announced, but yeah.
No.
Go ahead. I'm not heard from you, Dragons. What do you think about this whole thing, this development, if you will?
What the fuck development is it? First party, day and date. It ain't no development. Ain't nothing to discuss. Ain't no fucking arguing on Twitter. Oh no, it's not coming. Something's wrong with you. First party, day and date, Game Pass. You know the motto? You know what was shocking? Oh, we doing day and date and PC on PlayStation. That was shocking. That's something to talk about. Not Xbox owning some shit. Oh my God, they're putting it in Game Pass.
Oh, and then right. I saw people trying to lie and say, well, then they lied to us because they're not going to be able to do parody on the Switch. I'm like, they didn't lie to you.
Listen.
Nothing said it had to be.
It's parody in terms of how it looks and plays, not in how much you fucking pay to play it.
Yeah.
Right. Anybody that didn't think that Call of Duty, one of the biggest games, was not coming to Game Pass, you need help. Diablo jumped right in there. You ain't seen nobody say nothing about that. Everything's going to Game Pass.
Yep.
That's it.
And we're going to be getting more of that catalog.
I didn't even respond to the people on Twitter.
Well, there was a lot of the stuff saying that they're going to do extra tiers or a more exclusive tier of Game Pass, and they're going to put it on that.
Well, that was
also
rumors
listening to people who can't balance their checkbook if they got one too. Who are we listening to on Twitter?
I don't listen to any of those people.
It's just people that got social media. They're not people with sense with social media. It's just social media. Mm-hmm. These people they be going crazy on Twitter.
Yeah. And there's always that one guy who's got this friend who has a cousin who works for.
Exactly.
Met him at the bar one time, bought him a drink, heard the whole rundown of
my aunt bakes cookies for a guy who's the janitor.
Right. Listen, I don't get involved with conversations that's beneath me. I'm sorry. That shit is crazy. But
is this going to achieve the intended goal, which is more Game Pass?
Not initially.
Yes. It's going to make a dent.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll see a spike like they did with Starfield. How big of a spike? Who knows?
Who knows? Right.
I think the thing is, this year alone is not going to be enough. You're going to have subsequent years, because for the first year, for someone to move over or for someone to get Game Pass doesn't currently have it, like let's say someone on a Switch or PS5, it's cheaper just to buy the game than to get an Xbox and get into the ecosystem. But once there's 2, 3, 4 years of this shit happening, at that point, then it's going to be harder to make to reason with yourself and say, why am I not in the goddamn ecosystem?
Can we talk about the elephant in the room, Nova? This the elephant in the room. This the big money maker. They own the shit, and they pimping PlayStation.
Yep. Another thing too is I'm curious to see how their mobile store is going to tie into this, especially with you can do Xbox streaming on mobile devices, and I'm curious on the Call of Duty numbers because they have a COD mobile. So if you have Black Ops 6 coming to your mobile device with Game Pass Ultimate subscription, how would that play out? And of course, it depends on how hardcore you are when it comes to mobile gaming, what have you. But you got a full COD experience coming to mobile in Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a win.
Yeah,
as long as you got options, it's a win, right? And I think that mobile store will be surrounding a fucking handheld to have everything in your ecosystem. on the go. That's what I think. But we'll see. But that's really what I believe they're making that mobile store. Because, you know, yeah, you can play your games anywhere you want on your PC, on my Asus ROG Ally, on your Series X and S. But imagine they make a handheld with that same store on your handheld. Whatever you purchase, you could download and play on your handheld.
I would be all about a Game Pass handheld.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I would love that, actually.
So, you know, that's one of the reasons I bought an Asus ROG Ally, because I could take all my games with me.
No, the fuck I wouldn't. That means Vampire Survivor is going to be handheld. That means I can fucking take that shit anywhere.
It's basically what PlayStation users wanted. Like we've been asking for a Vita 3, not this fucking Portal. Granted, the Portal seems to be selling amazing for whatever fucking reason.
Well, because people still want that handheld factor.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, a Vita 3 is something that we've all wanted, but because it didn't sell well, we didn't get it. But again, they made a Portal, which again makes no fucking sense. If you're going to put all the time and resources into making a Portal, why not just develop the Vita 3? But if Xbox comes out with something essentially an Xbox Vita, dude, that's fucking awesome. I think that's
especially being that the form factors that they use for these consoles is not hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised it's due to just if you got a portable device. If it's not able to play PS5 games natively, that's more money and research going into it, and making a whole development side of things for your mobile device. That's another reason. But my whole issue with the Portal is, again, you have your streaming platform with PlayStation 5, but it's exclusive to the console. Instead of saying, hey, you got the PlayStation Portal, you can use the PlayStation Now streaming or PS Plus streaming service and not just remote play. That's the biggest difference between...
Instead of making a handheld and having dedicated games that are only on the handheld, they should have made a handheld that can play all the native games, and maybe it's at a lower resolution or lower frame rate or whatever cuts need to be made for it to run on the hardware, but it's all the games that you got on the fucking console, on a handheld, on the go, no streaming, no fucking having to.
That might be the model that works.
They see Switch 2 and how it handles, like, if the technologies go. We see FSR 3 coming to consoles, and granted, I saw Mortal Savior right on the Series S, but technology there to where it'll actually perform well, because exactly that, like, if it's not able to play PS5 games natively,
but technically they can play PS5 games, right? My Asus ROG Ally. Listen, let me explain something to you. The ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, they're playing games natively from these stores. When PlayStation releases a game, you download the shit on your Steam Deck, you play it. Same thing with the ROG Ally. You're playing games natively. They just need their own device to do that. They already have the technology. It ain't as hard as it was back in the day, in the Vita days, in the Game Boy days. It's very simple. Right now, FSR 3 is also on my Asus ROG Ally. Same shit. I could play Forza Horizon 5, Motorsport, Gears, Halo natively with my saves on my ROG. It's being done right now.
They're not ROG Ally specific versions of the game.
They're not ROG. It's just a PC.
Steam.
Right.
Yeah.
So but it's even done. It's not like, just
no. I got you. I guess the question is, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, even now some games aren't quote unquote supported on the platform. You can, but it's not. Yeah, you definitely can type of deal, because aren't there some games where I've read somewhere people were upset that the game wouldn't support on Steam because of the hardware limitations?
Well, that's a Switch thing. I mean, Steam Deck thing, right?
Right, but you're talking about a scenario now where the company that's making the games, the company making the games, and the company making the hardware are one and the same.
As long as it's on PC, it plays.
Yeah, and that's why we said that later, maybe next generation would make sense. But I'm sure there's some issue with, like, hey, not every game is 100% going to work here. And what's that cost going to look? Again, like, I would definitely prefer native, but this, again, the reason why the Portal probably wasn't able to play natively is just where the tech is to keep it consistent across every title release.
But it also don't have a graphic card and CPU, and it don't have all that crazy shit in there.
It's just a screen and a Wi-Fi chip.
And Wi-Fi.
You can't compare that
device to my ROG Ally, which is a PC in a fucking form factor.
Oh,
of the
I'm
Switch.
not saying
it has an
they're
APU
I'm not,
in it.
Right.
I'm not
doesn't even have
saying
an
I'm
APU.
not. Yeah. Now I'm just saying like why they probably went with that route instead of like a proper hardware device.
No.
Not
The
saying
reason
I
they probably
prefer the
did it
option
was
they did,
to test the waters because they got burned by the Vita. They just wanted to see what type of market is out there, and so they probably put this thing out there. It probably costed them next to nothing in R&D to make it out, and they just wanted to see if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. Famously so, they didn't even make that many to begin with.
Fucking LCD display from fucking
Shit's too expensive though.
Fucking AliExpress, and they cut a DualSense in half, and they glued that shit
Put it in the
together,
screen.
bro.
But you see, by the sell-throughs, like initially when they even made when they first released the first batch of them, it was hard to come by because they didn't make that many because they didn't expect it to be something that anybody wanted. But then when they saw the reverb and they're like, okay, well, shit, maybe there's something more to it here, you know? I mean, I think here's the thing, right? I think that you're going to get in a situation with, especially with the two big publishers, a situation like this where you're going to have a pro version or a set-top box version that plays everything at like max fidelity or pseudo max fidelity, and then you're going to have like this weaker version, the S version or the portable version that could take it. You could take it anywhere, but it just doesn't run it at the same fidelity that set-top box will. And I don't see anything wrong with that. The only negative in this, and this is where ROG and Steam Deck would actually benefit, is I presume that if PlayStation makes a handheld or if Xbox makes a handheld, they're not going to allow Steam on that device. And if they don't, then people will be like, well, you know, I'll probably be paying more money for my handheld, but I can at least get Steam and my PlayStation games and my Xbox games.
I mean, at that situation, you would still just...
It's gonna be a Game Pass device. It's gonna be like the Game Pass Go. It's gonna be, that's all it is.
The Game Pass
Go.
I mean, like,
it's Game Pass device.
The Game Pass. I mean, like, I don't really think they need to call it Game Pass Go unless, again, it's something that it's only using with Xbox Ultimate streaming because that's the only way to stream it. They can still just call it just like the portable, like Xbox. Don't put Game Pass in the title unless you're really trying to market the hell out of Game Pass. But yeah, it's just, I definitely agree with the whole idea of having a dedicated console, and only when you're able to basically say, as you're saying, well, this is the low end if you want to be able to play it portably, and here's the high end if you want to play it on the set-top on the TV.
There's concessions for the handheld. You got to understand that, and then
I don't know who has a handheld here.
I do have a hand. I got a Steam Deck, so
the screens are small.
Yeah, I got the OG Steam Deck.
And when you play these games, even at lower resolution, the screen is small. The game still looks like you got an Xbox in your hand.
The pixels are really small.
Right. So it's not like you looking at some shit that look like dog shit.
Yeah, you don't need a 4K on
something
you'll notice
a reduction in frame rate.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and the games look amazing on 7.5 inches. Yeah. So.
No, but what I'm saying is like what you can do is like say, okay, well, you know, instead of buying, if you don't want to buy the set-top box variant, which is like uber powerful, you can buy the handheld and still dock it.
Yep.
You just won't be able to play it in the same fidelity that you would have if you had
which is fine,
device, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's like a little bit of best of both worlds. The only, as I said, the only negative I see in this regard is like, okay, if I'm going to buy a PlayStation-centric device, then I'm only sort of confining myself to games that are on that platform.
That's not a negative because we only buy PlayStation 5 consoles. You know, people are already buying a dedicated console, so now you're just getting a hardware for, and there's nothing really changing there.
But if everything is going to everything, then you would say, okay, like ROG Ally would be better.
You can buy more than just PlayStation games on the PlayStation Store, so I don't see why it would be limited to just PlayStation games.
No, I mean, the business.
If it's gonna run them natively and there's no modification made to the actual software to run on the handheld, then it could presumably run whatever game you have in your PlayStation library, and the same would go for whatever games are in your Xbox library.
And again, let the shit stream stuff. Like the PlayStation Portal would have been mostly good in my opinion if you could use the freaking PlayStation Plus catalog, but no, it's only remote play. So like, allow people to use
that. And that's another thing.
Why that wasn't there.
And that's another thing. Both of these companies now have a streaming service, so that like if it got to a point where the games got really too powerful for even the handheld to play, they can always stream it, as a streaming option. And
PlayStation's just being weird about it.
I mean, but it's still going to be a long while before you can play
back catalog of PS3 games and PS2 games and shit you could be playing right now on the portal. All the PS Plus games. Why they don't allow you to stream your PS Plus games on that device when you're streaming it already Makes no goddamn sense to me. Some of the decisions that these companies make just baffle me.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers went to college, you got degrees and shit.
Well, it's probably a suit who's probably making these decisions and stuff. But, well, here's the thing. Rumor came out this week that the next Xbox platform, well, whatever that they're going to call it, is not going to be, they're going to make a console, but it's not going to be only them. It's going to be more like a template that other third parties can make a Xbox as well. Kind of like a
sounds messy
Steam box or something
kind of like
that,
a laptop situation, like everybody else and their mama making a laptop. And
and here's the thinking. I think, we are always wondering, like, what is Xbox's end goal? And I think this is it. I think that Xbox is saying, look, we don't care where you play our game as long as you play our game. If you want to play it on the PlayStation, great, play our game. You want to play it on Xbox, great, play it on our game. Play it on PC, great, play the game. You don't want to pay full price for the game and you just want to pay it piecemeal to us every month, fine, play our game. They don't care. Just give us your money for the fucking game. Which way, whether it's a streaming method or if it's full force, they just want you to play the game because they've come to the realization that that's where the profits lie, and they want to be there for everybody. So,
yeah, they want to be a whore.
Well, they just want their money, dude. They just want their fucking money, man.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I want to say I get it, because then if you're not making a dedicated hardware yourself, that's money saved on your end, and you just open it up for other
they're still making a dedicated hardware.
They're still going to make their dedicated hardware.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay,
this is just a rumor, dude. There's really
I know. I'm just like trying to piece together why would
I don't even think that
like
makes sense, but okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because it's like you got your own dedicated hardware, so you already got the key specs that you want on it. Then you branch it out to others so they can. Here's an Xbox that's like 2 T-flops better or some shit.
I want to know who's
you're gonna give up some of that money to other people.
Jez Gordon, by the way, Jez Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite.
It still doesn't make sense. Like, again, if you're manufacturing,
the only thing I could see them contracting out for is like the handheld device.
Yeah, like
maybe
handheld.
Yeah.
But like a home console,
to license out your whatever the brand name or whatever, so somebody else could build a dedicated console. When you are also building a dedicated console, you're literally making more competition for yourself.
I think it's more about the software than the hardware.
I think this is full of shit because that dude be spewing shit. That's what I think.
It don't make any sense to me.
Listen, that don't even fucking make sense.
Yeah.
And the source is definitely not credible. All the shit he be spewing. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, we got something for you. We got somebody said Xbox's goal is to make Supernova cry. So, is it working?
Why would they make me cry?
I have no fucking idea. Somebody messaged it. So, anyhow, Outer Space said his Xbox goal is to make Supernova cry. So, there you go.
Well, you're just lacking oxygen.
Wow.
Well, okay, so let's go ahead and move on. There are a couple of developers said that they're now working with Xbox to make a game. One of them famously is Toys for Bob from the Activision collection. Mm-hmm. And one of them is the ex-developers for the Arkham games after they left. Yeah, after they left, whoever they left.
Oh, so the good guys from Rocksteady.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a AAA, I think, IP of some kind. So, yeah. Any thoughts on this?
Sure, nerd-driven, adult-themed action adventure. I'm stopped.
Whatever it is, just make it good. That's all I give a fuck about. Genre don't matter. None of that shit, but just make it good.
Well, anyhow. Anybody else? Cerebral, you have any takes on this? You know more people on the inside. You and 108 do, so you probably have more to speak on. You can
not really.
Paul said, "Fuck Jez Gordon."
Because Toys for Bob said it's in very early development, so you probably won't hear anything from them for a while because they're not going to have anything to tell you. So it's like, which is an interesting way to make an announcement. Yeah, we're doing this thing, but we have no other information. Talk to you in a year. Okay,
probably.
Great. Which
the
is
most
cool
I can hear for someone is like a hiring spree or some shit.
Well, no, and at least it also means that by saying this, they're probably hoping people will leave them alone. Well, where's the next thing
What you
coming
doing?
from Toys for Bob? And they,
What
hey,
you
look,
doing?
we told you, just wait. Yeah.
We
What you
cooking
doing?
cocksuckers, get off our backs.
That's right.
What you doing?
Well, it's like when I jokingly asked the people that are doing the Wolf Among Us too, when they were going to have any information or when it was going to come out. And the guy responded to me, goes, it'll be ready when it's ready. Okay, that's cool, dude.
Well, speaking about being ready when it's
fuck up, Pablito.
Speaking of when it's ready, apparently the final shape leaked early.
Triple just got hard.
Straight buy yourself a hard drive to install that bitch, but whatever.
No. So somebody said it leaked on their streaming service is what happened, and it leaked on the PlayStation Plus streaming service or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing my best to avoid any type of spoilers because Bungie's spoiling so much shit themselves with the teaser trailer and having content creators test early shit already. I was like, the game's not out. I got this weapon review. Like, the game's not out yet. What the fuck you doing?
I saw that leak. I'm like, oh my god, this man.
I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not reading it because I'm trying to see it for myself. But it's just funny to hear that happened. So
all I saw was that it's to install it. It is very, very, very big.
It's a large game.
Like Call of Duty big?
165 gigs or some shit.
God,
shit! Is that a fucking game?
Get this. No. Get this. On PC to do the install update, you need to have 300.
Damn.
Get the fuck out of here! 300
but it goes back and it gets rid of the old stuff after it installs the new stuff, so it shrinks down to a normal size. But
how big is Destiny 2?
Man,
the final shape is Destiny 3, 4, 5, and 6 combined. What the fuck are they making, bro?
Shit, man.
It's I mean, they had to cut content out before and just shrink down the file size. That's the funny thing. Like the community is like, why you get rid of content? Like, so the game is like a terabyte of storage.
Oh, they cut so much out of the original game because they were trying to make deadlines. There's so much they cut out of the original game. The changes they made to the story because they had to make shit work.
It says, Sigma says, if Bungie fails after this, Sony would replace their board of directors and make Marathon not available on Xbox.
I don't know. So what I've seen so far with the final shape, I mean, again, it's still a matter of like once the game actually ships, but we're gonna do subclass with it that looks fun and closing out the story. But you can still fuck up because I'm sure people thought
is it gonna move the needle and bringing in new players?
No, we're too far into the series for new players to be interested. Like
Destiny 2 came out. What year did it come out? Was it like
2017 or something like that? 2017, 2016, the franchise as a whole been running for 10 years. You're not dragging new people in like.
No, what it will probably do is bring back old players.
September.
It'll probably bring back
returning
players that have played before and are interested in the. This is basically the final.
This is
it's going to be the final.
This is what I hate about live service games.
The closing.
10-year plan for shit.
Yeah, it's the closing of the Light and Dark saga. So they're going to keep the franchise going. We don't know how, but they've already confirmed like this isn't the end of the Destiny universe.
I just want
their
to
Light
say
and Dark saga. Jim
Ryan said the Bungie purchase was bigger than APK. I just want to leave it right there. That's what he said before he bowed out gracefully. Shout out to Jim.
Well, I don't think you necessarily word it that way. I think you said that for what they paid for it, that the return on investment would be greater. Not that it's a greater acquisition, because obviously that's
I can see from that perspective.
He shouldn't even said anything.
Just
leave it up for people's interpretation. I'm just saying, one Call of Duty is worth what Bungie's worth. One game.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit was crazy.
Destiny it's a big live service game, but it's not Call of Duty. Like, it's not. It's just not.
Right. Like, come on.
There was like a weird statistic. Like, if Call of Duty was its own game, it would be like if its own company, if you will. It would be like one of the Fortune 500 companies still. So probably.
Yeah, that IP was probably the most valuable thing, other than maybe some of the King IP.
Candy Crush.
Yeah, that's why I said the King IP.
Yeah, Candy Crush is crazy.
That what came out after. Yeah, I used to say years ago, bro, Candy Crush was making $9 million a day on people buying extra lives back in when it first came out. That's a lot of fucking money.
Because it was raping people.
Yep.
It was.
And I've said all along
And it made me
that was the
start that
biggest
game
thing
over
about
like
that
4
game.
times. It miraculously lost my save, and I had to go back to 1.
Oh, fuck
I
that!
was
See,
like,
that,
fuck
that shit,
you.
that shit happens. It's getting ejectocito cuz from the
Right.
goddamn phone.
I kicked that shit
I ain't
right to the
looking at it
curb.
again. Yeah.
I'm
Well,
dead.
But still, like for being a bejeweled clone, a jelly bean bejeweled clone, to make $9 million a day selling to fucking people extra lives.
Facts.
So they can match fucking jelly beans on their phone while they're fucking waiting in traffic or waiting at the DMV or whatever the fuck they're doing. That's insanity, bro.
It's that weed demographic that they capitalized on, that casual demographic that really doesn't play games,
Really,
but
Wize?
it's something. Yeah,
That's what we doing? That's what we doing?
The weed demographic. That's what it is.
No,
the
no,
grandparents and all of them who don't know shit about games, but they'll have this on
what
their
the
phone.
fuck?
I'm telling you, that game is. I don't know what that is in that game.
You need to go lay on that couch in the back.
No, I think part of it was part of it is too. They nickel and dime you. You know, oh, it's $2 for this. Okay, I'll do $2. You end up doing that 2 or 3 times a day. You know, all of a sudden you're $10
About
a day.
millions and millions of people.
I mean, you know.
Because you get 5 lives or whatever it is, and they get you addicted to the little gameplay loop of moving up, moving through the fucking map, and that's how they get you, man. Psychologically, they get people fucking addicted to that shit.
Because it's $1. People don't think of it. It's like, oh, you have to get this for $1. Okay, I can do it $1. I can do it $1. But when those fucking dollars
back in those days,
add
that's
up,
the cheeseburger for McDonald's, you know? That was cheeseburger back then.
Then you
but now-
find out they're getting 9 million a day from everybody like you.
Yeah.
Hold the fuck up.
Imagine
Wait a minute, 9 million a day.
If Warzone limited how many lives you had per fucking game, and after you ran out of lives, you had to go to the store and buy more lives. You know how much fucking money that game would make?
You know how many times
I don't even know they would have
killing people.
Do you know the average? Like but this goes to show you how quickly small amounts of money add up. Because like this is the same situation they were talking about. Like if you were in Times Square and you were like begging for money, you can if every 1% of people gave you $1, you would still be amassing close to $1,000 to $2,000 a day. Yeah. Just by being a homeless guy in Times Square. So it's the same thing here. You got all these people, and then you tell them, oh yeah, if you want to play more, here's $1. Just give us $1. So one person pays $1. Next thing you know, it's fucking $9 million.
The mobile market is massively larger than the console or PC space. They're fucking billions of phones, and you can have a fucking iPhone from 15 years ago. That shit's gonna play. Well, not really, but it'll play fucking Candy Crush. Right?
It'll stay play Candy
Crush.
And
All
people
that
laugh.
games will still play Candy Crush.
Yeah, and people laugh when Phil said he wants like how many billion players on console or on the Xbox. It's because of mobile. Like there's so many people on damn mobile. Like,
he's counting mobile. He's counting everything.
Yeah, well, if you got it, if it's yours, fuck yeah, you're gonna count it.
Well, it's theirs now.
Yeah.
Well. So speaking of Xbox, we do have a little something happening with them next week, do we not?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so a little something next Sunday. So what do y'all think?
It's gonna be better than that bullshit that showcase the other day.
This
hope,
one is not
I
a
hope to see good
showcase.
stuff.
State of Play was not the showcase. This is a
That
showcase.
is fair. That is fair.
You know.
Well, they got
It
Call
was
of
a
Duty.
show shit.
That's gonna have its own thing. So make sure your other developers have their moment in the sun. We don't get all Activision Blizzard content taking a show, and it's like, where everybody else at? Well, we got COD now, so fuck everybody else. Like, don't do that.
Right.
Real talk. Instead of PlayStation doing these state of plays throughout the year and then doing a PlayStation showcase, I would rather them take all the good announcements, the best announcements for the state of plays. Don't put them in a state of play. All the other bullshit, put it in a fucking blog post and just make one big PlayStation showcase instead of these little nickel and dime bullshits throughout the year that nobody gives a fuck about. Like Xbox does the one showcase a year, and the Bethesda showcase. They do one year.
Technically,
developer
Nintendo started that
Yeah.
direct shit.
Yeah.
So they said, "Fuck it, it's working. We gonna do it." Plus, COVID happened.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of this stuff. That's why E3's dead because of COVID.
Yeah.
But you think
It pushed
back
everybody
back
online.
when E3 was still around, all we got was announcements at E3. We didn't get fucking little mini
Right.
E3s all throughout
Right.
the fucking year. We
Right.
didn't need it then. We
You
don't need it now.
Well, hold on.
Probably save some money.
Hold on.
Not doing in-person showcases and shit like that. But.
Yeah, they probably do, but they got money, so use it. But I'm gonna say this: you don't appreciate seeing games that you're gonna be able to get all year round, like these shows. Because I want any show to be popular. Only thing I don't want to watch is a 4-hour fucking indie show. That
right.
Xbox better not do again.
Well, don't do it with Twitch anyway. Don't do it with Twitch anyway.
You listen, I don't give a fuck. Twitch, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see that shit. That shit was boring. But I'm saying, I appreciate this showcase because it showed games. We gamers. We want to see games, right? Back in the days, we didn't have this option. But you want to try to make it good, but every showcase can't be a fucking grand slam either. There's gonna be some dead ones, and
but we have other things throughout the year for that. We already have Summer Games Fest, and we already have the Game Awards. There are other places for you to showcase
Game
other
Awards,
games.
Try to split up
for trailers.
But everybody,
you only got so much
watches that
screen
shit.
time.
Yeah,
You only got so much screen time. You know?
Right.
So split shows up a bit.
But you got right now. We have what? How many? Well, we're not getting very many state of plays now. But I mean, other years we've had multiple state of plays and a PlayStation showcase and announcements at the Game Awards and announcements at Summer Game Fest. And it's like we don't need all of these fucking things.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but after next year or so, 2025, when things start to get back on a normal cadence, you're probably going to see more again, not less.
I mean, if there's more and they're all good, fine. But when we have ones that they feel like they're not significant, that a lot of the games they could have been, like I said in a blog post, that it's really here only for one game to showcase 1 or 2 games is the reason for this thing to fucking exist.
I mean, that's why I appreciate
because another company is going to do something. It's like, man, I miss when it was just we had the one big thing all year long, and it was important, and it was everyone was watching it, tuning in for this one large event. I miss that, man.
I missed the sales pitch. I missed the grandeur of it all. Remember, like when they first announced the Xbox, they put everybody in like these little ponchos and everything like that at E3, and then you watch this big spectacle going down on E3. This guy coming on stage, all of the light. Dude,
I just miss the awkward moments of it takes place in Japan based off of real life battles, and here's a giant enemy crab. Like I love that. I love those days.
You can't I miss that as a gamer. I'm like, you remember with the Xbox showcase, you had Jay Alred, you had Peter Moore, and you had that other guy. I forgot his third guy. They all three came on stage. This one girl put the Xbox 360 in the middle platform. They started talking about it, and I don't know. It's just I know it was a sales pitch. I know it was a sales pitch, but I like that fucking sales pitch.
Yeah, I mean, we still get the big shows as Summer Game Fest. We're getting the Xbox Showcase. It's just Sony kind of just operated on their own, and
Sony didn't want to spend the money.
The problem with those
Sony gonna do the big shows.
They didn't want to spend the money no more.
And those big shows are 50% advertisements for shit that's not even fucking video game related. We get like commercials in this shit now with the Game Awards and stuff like that. We barely fucking see anything.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that.
What you mean you don't like seeing celebrities come up on stage to talk about video games if they don't really know what they're talking about?
Fucking Christ. If I see another
give you
fucking
3 ads
Muppet
to
this
buy
year, I'm tired of the fucking Muppets. Leave the Muppets at home.
This motherfucker said the Muppets.
Bro, they bring the Muppets every fucking... Why does Jeff Keighley think we give a fuck about the Muppets? I don't want to talk to that cockroach. I don't give a fuck about Gonzo. Leave him at home.
Damn.
And I do not want to see Hideo Kojima
Listen,
again.
I love the Muppets, bro. I just don't want them at the Game Awards.
First of all, my experience with Hideo Kojima was not a good one.
Let the fucking Wiggles do some shit.
What happened?
He's fucking so little. He had about 8 bodyguards my size. I'm 6'5". He was walking through E3.
Kojima.
And you couldn't even see him. I saw him because I'm big as his bodyguards. So I looked down and said, oh shit, that's Kojima in the middle. He walked through E3. Nobody knew he was there. My point was, why the fuck did you do it? You don't talk to nobody. You ain't socializing. You ain't signing autographs, but you want to walk through the crowded ass E3 with about 8 bodyguards.
Because he's Kojima, goddammit.
Maybe that's how he stays
I'm
young, bro.
Kojima, bitch.
He's like 110 years. He looks like he's 35, man. Let him do what he's gonna do.
But goddamn, you had to. When people started peeping who he was,
oh yeah,
they want autographs. They want to, Motherfucker was super antisocial. So that shit you see on there on stage is not who he is. He definitely.
Well, I heard Miyamoto himself is a prick as well, so
Listen,
I don't know.
I ain't like that because you got people who are fans. Greet them, wave to them, do something. Don't walk around like you the fucking even the president fucking waves to people.
Yeah, but he breaks a hip in the process. But
wow, I ain't said old ass Biden. He probably got the same wheelchair as Paul.
I'm sure at a certain point when you're a celebrity, man, that shit's got to get over. You're tired. Like, I don't want to fucking sign no autographs. I don't want to fucking take no pictures. Listen, I got to take a shit. Just let me fucking do my thing.
But this is my point. He could have walked outside of E3. He could have. There's places where you don't see them.
Right.
Right. He didn't have to do that. That was my point. He didn't have to walk through the fucking center of E3.
Maybe
if you felt like that, there's back doors that you could have did. He walked through the middle.
That's what she said.
I'm just saying that was fucked up. People felt slighted.
No, yeah.
Well, you know, if you were to assume that a developer got full in his head with his shit, you know, started believing his own shit or addicted to his own shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
Neil Druckmann.
Neil Druckmann.
No, Neil Druckmann's cool. Cool dude.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, we prop these guys up on some sort of artificial pedestal.
Who's we? You do that shit. I don't do that shit.
That's fucking Loke's department. Loke is the motherfucker who says, "Oh my God, Metal Gear is the best thing since the
Then if
world."
you don't do it and I don't do it
Metal
and
Gear
Lemon
fan.
don't do it, then
I
who
don't
the
do
fuck
it.
is we?
I signed my own autographs in my city.
Listen,
thousands of them.
I've met
good.
multiple celebrities
It's not
throughout
fun,
my life.
but listen,
Living in New York and living here, it's a sports
without those
athlete.
people, you ain't nobody.
They're just people to me, bro. They just have
They're
a
just
job
people, right.
clamoring. That's all it is. I don't
That shit
get
don't do nothing for me,
starstruck by
but
anybody. Yeah.
Well, in the end, he had a job and he did his job well. That's it. Period.
Yeah, he's not no fucking celebrity. Neither is none of these content creators.
Yeah. We're just human. They're just all human beings. Just people who just, you know, with lives and personalities.
Keanu Reeves is a celebrity.
Yeah.
My grandmother told me one time one thing. She said, look, I don't care how
Somebody
big
like
and
that.
popular or famous a person might be, but at the end of the day, they all have to take their pants down to take a shit.
Bro, I told you, my
facts.
next door neighbor used to be Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park. I never once asked him. I never once asked him for a picture. I never once fucking went to bother him for nothing. He's just the dude that lives next door to me. And he's a fucking awesome guy. My mom asked him if he would sign a guitar because they were doing. My mom's a nurse and they were doing fundraising at the hospital. Fucking awesome guy. She asked if he would just sign a guitar and so they could auction it. Man, he made a fucking music video for the hospital. He signed all kinds of CDs and shit. He went above and beyond. All my mom asked for was a signed guitar. Awesome guy. But again, just a fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
That's all he
I mean, it's not their fault. It's sort of our fault because we prop them up make them larger than life than they should be. And I mean,
yeah, but for what reason? Like, I never understood when people get starstruck. For what reason are you so?
But you know, but there's Mike Tyson's my god, bro. Do you honestly think I care about these YouTubers? I've been around so many celebrities. That shit don't do nothing for me.
Well, yeah, and I've been around celebrities since I was a kid. I don't
give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They just people. But you got people. Yeah. I've had people. You know, I be with a lot of rappers, and I seen girls pass out. Oh my God, it's Method Man.
Look at the Michael Jackson concerts, bro.
Well, no. Michael is different.
Sure, you can say that again.
That motherfucker is different. When you sell out a world tour in an hour,
yeah,
that's a little crazy.
No, I'm not saying that he wasn't famous or one of the most famous people on the planet. I'm just saying all these bitches fainting at
that
the concert.
motherfucker is almost as
but
famous
see,
as
that
Jesus.
goes back. I mean, look at same thing happened with Elvis and the Beatles. Same thing, dude. You know, they
nobody passing out at no fucking Taylor Swift concert. That's all I'm saying.
Oh
no, yes they are, dude. Yeah,
they're bullshit. They need to pass out a steak or something.
So what do we see at this showcase? Okay, so 108, you and Cerebral are both have the inside scoop a little bit. What do we see? What do we see on this on Sunday?
I'm a little salty around this time of year. I don't let my friends talk about shit to me. And I was supposed to be out there and I can't. Thank you once again, my man Hawk Eaton, Mr. 100. Couldn't go this year, but I don't let them talk to me. I ain't no fun. I don't let them talk to me. I want his shit. I want to see surprises. I want to see spoilers.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
the
to
same
sit
way.
down and I want to enjoy the show.
I hate
Even
when
though I
people
know about the Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
And I
But,
told one of my guys, don't make a bet. There's 2 consoles. He was like, what? I said, there's 2 consoles. They don't know if they're going to release it, but there's 2. Shout out to Mr. 100.
No,
He made a bet. He lost.
I'm like you. I don't like spoilers. I try
I don't
to
like
avoid
spoilers.
it. When people start dropping, here's the list that we've seen.
Yep,
And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't care.
Yep.
Things I'd like to see. I'd like to, just like always, I'd like to see more stuff that ZeniMax has coming out. And I'd like to see, there's that Star Wars game that they've been rumored to be working on and stuff like that. And other than that, like last year, I got a nice surprise at the end because they did drop that Star Wars trailer. I was like, yeah, baby, But other than that, I don't go in thinking, oh, I hope to see this or I hope to see that, because I really don't.
I want to be
like Lemon.
surprised.
I want to be surprised, and I want to be good surprises. I want, like Lemon, I think you asked for volunteer or people who were wanting to be on your show that weekend. I'm hoping I'm on that list because
You didn't say shit?
I did. I responded right after you put that message.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't get no fucking message. Am I too small?
No. I put it in the 4GQTV chat. That's the only chat I said it in. I didn't really say it, period. I just was at work and typed it and then fucking forgot about the shit. Technically, because you see he responded and I even...
Are you streaming the show or what?
I'm thinking about doing it. I'll be home.
Well, if you're going to stream it, then I won't stream it then,
If you want to join, we could team up and do some shit. We could definitely
that's what I want to do. I'm
that.
going to... if you're not going to stream it, then I'll stream it. I mean, we can join up and do some shit.
We can both stream it. You can all stream it.
Yeah.
All right, that sound like a plan, Wize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I ain't really put it out there because I was like, fuck it.
Because I like it when I like to watch those shows and not know at all what to expect, and then you get you get the genuine, oh my god, can you believe or you
like
get
that
the, oh my
last show,
god, what
I
is
did the
this
same
crap?
shit.
Yeah.
And somebody told me about a game, and when it came on, I didn't have that butterflies in my stomach, and I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, RPG88 has a question. My big question to y'all is this: will Microsoft steal the summer? Do you think? Okay,
Hands down. The show
they did last year. They did last year. Shit.
The show is going to be huge. They're not playing.
No,
I know. That's what I was told.
I think, yeah. Well, and I think
So-
one of the reasons they announced the Call of Duty news now because they got bigger plans for the show, or else that would have waited till the show.
No,
he's
they
got
released
the
that
COD
shit
has
because
its
people
own-
leaked that shit. That's why they spoke on it.
Yeah.
Well-
Plus, they had the whole separate show for Call of Duty as well.
Yeah.
That they had planned initially, but it was like, oh, surprise! I was like, what could it be? It's kind of like, damn it, excitement ruined. But yeah.
So here's my theory. Here's my hypothesis, and
Shout
this
out
is
to Bloomberg for leaking it.
here's my
Always,
hypothesis.
I
and
fucking hate Bloomberg.
I'll let you guys chime in whether you think this is you agree or disagree and why. Here's my thought. Okay, I'm
Disagree, Your
thinking
Honor.
that Microsoft, and I'm not talking about Xbox, but Microsoft, the corporation, has sort of told Xbox to push away from the smaller passion projects and focus more on those games that have a big resonance in naming, like Call of Duty or whatever, right? And this showcase is going to be a pivot away from the smaller games, and they're only going to be talking about their big games.
I'm agreeing with Paul here.
They're still going to highlight some of their smaller games, some of their smaller.
You have to.
You have to. Absolutely.
You have to. That don't even make business sense, right?
Yeah. You have to try to show something that everybody will be interested in.
Everybody is not a AAA person. Cozy's not a AAA person.
Yeah,
Right.
Cozy does not do AAA at all.
So you.
But
don't-
how many people are there cozy and how many of the other?
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
Okay. No. I'm gonna say this. How many people bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
Millions?
2 million.
Yeah.
In the
Not
millions.
Not a lot. So you gotta appease everybody. Of course, you want to make money on your bigger IPs because you take the most money to make them. But you can't say all we giving you is AAAs, because that don't even make sense. We've been having double A,
Especially
AAA, and smaller games from day one.
Which is why you should have closed Hi-Fi Studio Tango. But
But that don't mean the game is gone.
Okay.
When you buy a big ass company, you don't want all the pieces. Let's be real here. You consolidate. The game is not gone. That team is gone. And some of them got pushed into other squads. The game is not gone. You can't stick that game, then that means Halo is gone because Bungie's not here. Nah.
Yeah, I hated
Same
that
thing
when
with
all
the
that went down a couple months ago, and everybody's like, "Well,
Same
we're never
thing
going to
with
see
the
a sequel to that
That's
game."
just the facts, bro.
Well,
It's
yeah.
not my opinion.
I don't know. At least when it comes to Hi-Fi, it's definitely one of those situations. I believe it when I see it because they have a shit ton of IP that is just sitting in limbo
When the
now.
last
But
time fucking Tango did something before that?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
They did that game solely, or was that a combination of people from Bethesda also?
I mean,
Facts.
do you have anything to say otherwise? Because if you do, I mean, there you go. But if not, then we're just speculating to prove a point. If you were just asking what was the last product, it was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Right, but that was a collaboration. They did Hi-Fi Rush by themselves.
Right.
Ghostwire Tokyo wasn't done by itself. That was a Bethesda thing. Right? Combination of developers.
And nobody gave a fuck about Ghostwire Tokyo.
But I did. I like the game. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The last big thing they did was Prey, The Evil Within.
1 and 2.
No. Prey was
Prey was
Arcane Austin. Yeah,
it was
Prey.
Arcane Austin.
But that was also
Yeah.
a collabo. Like some of them went over there and helped. You think?
I mean,
Ninja Theory did. You think Ninja Theory did Hellblade 2 by themselves? I know you don't think that, because you know the coalition helped them.
So you're saying no, because I'm trying to understand your logic. It's like saying if Naughty Dog, being the primary developers of The Last of Us, and they got a variety of people help them, if they were to shut down for some reason, then whoever collab is going to help them out, or just pick up the project themselves. Like studios help studios all the time, but that doesn't mean like, hey, we're done with X studio. There's a sequel. There's something that you can do with it, but we're not working on it. So the collab will work there, right?
I don't.
No, but
listen,
the
Hi-Fi
IPs
Rush ain't going nowhere.
But hang on, let me just say, the IPs are owned by those studios. They're owned by Microsoft. Microsoft can put them wherever they need to put them. They can make another team to say, hey, go work on this. You know, so
well, I mean, like I definitely understand what people are.
Redfall's
I
dead.
definitely understand what people are. No, Redfall's dead. Like
Redfall's dead.
They put out the single player patch, so I respect them on that one. But
Yes,
I don't know,
yes.
like again, just going by the track record of Microsoft and the myriad of IPs that they have that just aren't being utilized. So I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Never say never.
Well, part of the reason a lot of the IPs aren't being utilized though is because they only, even though they have a lot of people, all these big games take a lot of people. You can't, you don't want 20 people here, 20 people there, 20 people. All those games would take forever to get out, dude.
So
all those games would take
no, I
forever,
get you. So the same argument of, hey, we could probably get a Hi-Fi Rush. What you just said is the reason why we wouldn't get one. Without having a dedicated studio towards it. So that's all I'm saying. Is like it's a chance to get one.
This is what I said about Hi-Fi Rush, right? Nobody said the Hi-Fi Rush was going anywhere.
No.
The people on Twitter said that.
Yeah.
The company did not say that. People took that and ran with it. Oh, they're not going to make another one? They didn't say that.
Now it may be a couple of years before we hear anything.
Who knows when it is? But
I mean, I definitely agree. I definitely agree in terms of hoping, but again, I'm just going by track record of myriad of IPs that they own. We haven't seen anything.
You want to talk about the company who's really bad about that. Look at all the IPs that EA owns that have gone to dust. Okay, EA purposely buys games to kill them.
Well, we're not going to talk about IP graveyards because we're all the developers have IPs that
you're right. Konami has a whole bunch too.
Yeah,
massively.
But real quick, let me say your thing about
fucking pachinko machine.
But let me say
we don't talk about that. That made me cry when they did that Medicare pachinko machine.
Why to your thing about saying what you were saying? I think since this is going to be the second big thing they do. Well, the first big thing they do with Activision Blizzard, really. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see some smaller. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of their mobile titles out of King, because they're going to start pushing the mobile app. So don't be surprised if you see some of that.
Do you think we see any hardware? Do they announce the portable?
I think we see a hardware. I think we see a hardware.
I would be surprised, honestly, especially if it's a dedicated handheld that a lot of people are rumoring, mainly just because it's in the middle of a generation. So how much longer is that hardware going to see use going forward? That's I'm like,
well, to be real, it's in the middle. It's in the middle end of a generation. Really.
But you got to also realize is what I tell you about them Asus ROG's allies.
Yeah.
Right. Them APUs is no joke. Them shits is not being eliminated by next generation games. They're not. That's not even factual. They're not. They can run games for the next 10 years, easy.
Do we see a Fable?
No, I get you. I definitely get you.
I think we see a Fable. What do you think, Wize?
I really want to see.
Fable.
You know, it's like guys.
The bigger question: should we see Perfect Dark?
No, we all come from a generation where, you know, the game was built up and we were like really on pins and needles, ready to play it. We were like excited. We couldn't wait to absorb all the information of that game. I miss those days when we were like looking for those games. And to be honest with you, it's been a while since I've had anything solely in the Xbox camp that has given me those feels. Fable is one of them. Fable is a cherished IP I have from back in the day. I mean, way back when.
I need to see that bitch kicking some chickens, man.
I want to see it. I want to see. I want to see Chicken Kicker. I want to see that shit. That's me, man. I mean, like, I can't wait. I mean,
the question is,
I want to see fucking Milo return.
Do you think it'll work the same? Do you think it'll work the same way and where you age throughout the game?
What were you saying, Super?
I was saying, do you think it'll work like the older Fables where your character ages throughout the game?
Oh, I fucking hope so.
Cygnus, Fable will come out before we'll see anything about Perfect Dark.
But did you hear Ninja Theory?
I hope we see something about Perfect Dark.
They gave us a glimpse of Hellblade 2. They didn't even start production on the game.
Yeah.
For what?
What?
Hellblade. When they showed Hellblade for the first time, right? They didn't even start producing the game. Yeah, the trailer. They didn't have anything for the game. Nothing.
Nope.
You're kidding me.
Nope. They started 3 years ago.
They created the trailer and said, "Here we go."
Yep.
Yeah,
so you don't never know what the fuck they doing behind the scenes with these games when they starting them. You don't know. You don't know shit. None of us do.
I know, but I just like that is the game that, for me at least, as a gamer.
No, that's what you love.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm looking
Fable's
forward
classic.
to that one.
The
And it's
thing
been a
is,
while.
again, I'm going back to how different do you think it'll be from the Fable that we know?
It's
Do you
going to
think
be
it'll
different.
I'm assuming
I guess the main question is like, what are the key pillars that has to be there for it to be a Fable game? I can't say off the top of my head because it's been a long time since I played a Fable game. But
I think the biggest thing has got to be the whimsy. It has to have that whimsical.
Oh yeah,
it
that
has
British humor, that weird British humor.
But it'll definitely expand because I know, at least for me, remembering way back, Fable 2 is probably when I played the most. Is just the combat really did lack that depth and challenge. Not saying it needs to be Souls level challenge, but it just lacked depth. And I hope we get something like that in this one because that would, it would be awesome if I had more depth to it.
Well, a little bit, but Fable's always been about the story, not it wasn't combat focused per se.
Oh no, it's an aspect of it that you can definitely improve upon. You know, not saying it has to go over the top.
Don't make it stupid. Don't make it stupid.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't turn it into the fucking Witcher. It doesn't need to be the Witcher.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta drink your potions, meditate before you go into battle. You know, get it up the.
I don't want it to be a Souls-like. I don't want it to be a Zelda clone. I don't want it to be a Witcher. I want it to be its own thing. If that makes sense.
I definitely can have a little bit of all those though, because we've had,
it's got to grow too.
Yeah, there's no way to get around the fact that everything is influenced by everything else. I mean,
I mean that goes without saying, but still, it's
because they're going to look at the mechanics that work and the mechanics that don't, and they have, they're as people like to say, the developer's vision for what they want, which is either good or bad depending on what their vision is.
Yeah,
it's like you look at these games like right now, Where the Wind Meets, or with the other name, the Antara game, and then you look at Neo, Tales, Rise of the Ronin. They fit a mold, and I don't want that mold. I want something different.
I don't get the impression it's going to be anything like those games, though. Nothing gives me that impression.
Yeah, when I'm thinking combat wise, again, the surface level of you have your melee weapons, you have your magic, you have your your firearms, and it's just like expanding what you could do with the magic. Take some notes from Boulder Gates in terms of interactions with different magics and enemies and environments. I'm sure they probably had something like that in the previous games, but just expand on that, especially with your combat options and how you approach combat and gunplay. Maybe diversify why I would use magic over gunplay, something like that. Like add depth, but again, you don't have to go over the top to make it feel like it's what's that word, like just you don't recognize it, but at least enough to where there's some depth to it and it doesn't feel too easy. If you want to add a difficulty option as well, you can definitely do that. Skyrim has something like that, but
you better have that.
You know, but
the other thing
you can definitely improve on it.
The other thing that they really need to nail for me is that I'm assuming it's going to be open world, if they haven't already said. It's got to be like an interesting open world that they give us reasons to explore. Because we get a lot of open world games where the world is pretty much dead, where there's no interesting shit to do, or and like I would love an open world where they give us compelling reasons to go out and explore. Like you play Skyrim, there's compelling reasons to fucking like I'm playing back through Fallout 4. I take 2 steps, something else fucking pops up on my map. There's compelling shit to do around every fucking corner. That's why I love
the worst game I ever played that was like that was Conan Exiles, man.
Oh yeah,
you could wander around that fucking desert for a day and a half, real time, and not find anything. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I am really curious on the thought process.
It reminds me of that game that came out this year for PlayStation.
Or like that dog shit Avatar game that I never finished.
No, not that Avatar game. What was that game?
Fucking world. No, I'm just bringing it up.
You don't like the Avatar game?
I enjoyed the Avatar game.
Forspoken, yeah. Fucking no Forspoken shit.
I played the demo for that shit, and I was like, nope, no thank you.
Now, another thing it has to nail is that so it was also for Fable the interactivity. Like for example, you can get a wife, and then
I can get a
your
job.
Choices. Yeah, you can get a job. You can become a freaking landlord in Fable 2. I basically bought Bowerstone.
All those RPG elements, basically.
Yeah, it has to do that right. So, okay, what about Dragon Age Dreadwolf? Apparently, that's
baby, that I want to see.
They say that might be coming out on that showcase as well. So. Not worried.
Well,
Cerebral?
don't spoil me, or I'm gonna come out to Alabama and kick your ass all over. Okay.
Well, this is what rumors are saying. Dreadwolf. So, but aren't you?
What rumors are saying? He's been on Xbox Era again, or whatever.
Not
it is,
Xbox Era. Gaming
Era.
Reddit.
4chan.
Reddit's almost as bad. Reddit's almost
the family boys.
Well, that's
I just wiretapped one of Oasis phone calls, conversations. This is all the shit that he's been talking about that that he ain't telling us. Okay, that's all I got to say. He knows shit. That's all I got to say. You learn a few things, and man, that is not what you do with a cucumber, dude. I'm sorry.
Wow. Whoa, where the fuck did that just go? Whoa, I ain't had enough to drink to take that one.
Oh my god.
Well, I know you need to get your vegetables, but I don't think in that manner.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh, shit. All right, guys. So Dreadwolf. Anyone worried about Dreadwolf?
I'm not even interested.
I'm not interested.
Yeah,
I played Dragon Age
I've
Inquisition, and I didn't like Inquisition. So
I tried Inquisition.
Inquisition was great.
I think it's because I had
like
my experience
combat.
with the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was kind of doo-doo. And I was like, I ain't playing nothing else with this Dragon Age stuff. But
I've never played Dragon Age multiplayer. I've never played Dragon Age multiplayer.
Don't play it.
On the
I don't know if it's still alive, but don't play it.
PS5 live streams are no longer speaking to fans who built the brand after yesterday's showcase because how people was going after them.
Who's not speaking to him anymore?
PlayStation.
Oh wow!
You're saying it's not speaking to the fans. Like
they're not speaking to the fans no more.
Oh, they kind of stopped talking to the fans like 2 years ago. So I mean,
long time.
That's fucked up though. That's because motherfuckers don't know how to act.
Well, we say that, but do you think? Okay, Dragons. Do you think that maybe Xbox might be guilty of the other end of it all? Maybe they're talking too much.
I think all the weirdos need to shut the fuck up. Like, get all the weirdos in one island and just nuke them. They're fucking weird. Yo, Jasper, don't do that. I blame social media for this. There's too many assholes sitting in their living rooms that could impact something, right? My boy Ham Solo, he said I think he bought Justice League. Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad?
Right.
Yeah.
So I hit him on Twitter. I said, "You're gonna enjoy the game." He hit me up and said, "Yo, mad people said it's garbage." I said, "Yeah, mad people on Twitter said it's garbage, not the people actually playing it." Yo, this game was dope. I said, "What did I tell you?" Yeah, you did tell me. Now I ain't saying it got to be good for everybody, but the shit that it took, it was just blasphemy.
You know, it's
this community is weird.
Yeah, you can, especially if you actually played the game and you have valid criticism, that's fine. But it's always weird to me when someone's like, "I enjoyed it," and he's like, "Well, you shouldn't enjoy it." Like, I'm playing the game, let me enjoy what the fuck I want to. Like,
exactly.
At the end of the day, you make your own mind up.
That's the thing. Like, I'm never any type of person to say, okay, you're not going to like this, because everyone is different. Hell, we've talked about so many people are loving Candy Crush. I hate Candy Crush.
There were people crying on social media because you killed the Justice League in a fucking game called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
I guess the only
thing I was
going to say, the only criticism is like, where do you go after this? I haven't played the game, so I don't know what their plans are, but that's about it. But yeah, if you're playing the game around killing the Justice,
you know what
I can't believe it.
I haven't played it because from what I saw, it didn't speak to me. But I don't know if it's good or not, and I'm not going to tell anyone if it's fucking dog shit or not. I haven't fucking played it. I only speak really on games that I fucking play.
Right, and what kills me with this community and what we're doing here, right? It's too many motherfucking opinionated people that's followed by a lot of people. Right? And they believe that these idiots are guiding them down good gaming paths, right? And then when you take the time out and play for yourself, I just want you to reflect. You was listening to this dumbass motherfucker because all these content creators do not play the shit that they're fucking talking about. I told one of our dudes, everybody know who he is in this room, I hit him up and said, you know something? I've never seen a topic you shut the fuck up on. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up because people who know what they're talking about can see through your bullshit. And you're a little bit too large on a YouTube scale to be spewing shit just to be part of the conversation. And it's horrible. This is what we deal with. I ain't say shit about Hellblade 2 because I don't fucking like the first game. I'm pulling teeth to beat it. You don't see me out here, oh, GamePass, Hellblade. But you see a lot of that shit on Twitter. Look at this. Oh my God, generational leap. Oh, can't be done. Same 5 motherfuckers tweeting 400 times a day, Hellblade. I muted a couple of them because I was tired of seeing this shit.
I did the same shit.
Give that shit a fucking break. And then you got the people on the PlayStation side, oh, this game is a failure. Mm-hmm. To fucking who? I was like, and I'm not a fan of the game, but it's like, okay.
I mean,
this is what we deal with.
It's very hard to say to somebody that you do not like a piece of art because that's like telling somebody you do not like cheeseburgers or you do like cheeseburgers. It's like, how do you know? How do you know until you do it and try it yourself?
Well, what I try to do personally, and I think most of you heard me do this, I will never say a game is bad. I will say a game is not for me, and I can usually tell you why I don't like it. I can break it down and say, here's what I didn't like about it. Here's what I did like about it. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, here's why it fell flat for me for whatever reason. I never say this game is crap.
Shit, I do.
Well, I mean,
I do all the time.
No, if I play the game and the game literally sucks.
Fucking trash.
But I don't tell people that they won't like the game because I don't know what the fuck they will or won't like.
Right.
I'll tell you if I like it. I'll tell you if I think it's shit, and I'll tell you the reasons why I don't like it. But I won't say you're not gonna like it because I don't fucking know unless I know that person close enough to where I understand what their likings are. Right. And like I said, this isn't going to be for you.
I think one of the reasons
what they will or won't like.
I think one of the reasons I've gotten away from saying that the game is shit or that a movie is shit or that a book is shit is because a lot of times I end up interviewing somebody that's involved in the project, and I don't want
they're just giving you the stink eye the whole time.
You said my book was.
I mean, that's why you say it very professionally that it's bad. There's more creative ways.
No. That's good. Just to tell you, recently I did watch a movie for an interview that we did, and I didn't care for the movie. But I'm not going to say that to the guy on the interview. I had to find the good parts of the movie that I did enjoy, and I kind of made that way. I'm not going, dude. This thing is a piece of shit. What the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, listen, I did this,
I mean,
right? I don't podcast with people I don't like. If I don't fucking believe in what you say and I think you're full of shit, I don't give a fuck if your father's Jesus. I'm not doing it because of my integrity. And that's what's wrong with this community.
Well, no, it's the same. I mean, I can. Well, Wize will tell you it's the same with me. In fact, I've told him as much.
I've turned down some big names and said, I'm not fucking doing a podcast with this guy.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I know my mouth.
Yeah.
Paul's
not
always
gonna-
like,
I'm not
you
gonna
guys have a nice
kumbaya."
time. I'm gonna watch TV. You guys have a nice time.
I got
I
better
ain't gonna
shit to
be
do.
there.
You're
And-
exactly
and-
right,
and-
Nova.
and-
And you know I did that a couple weeks ago too. I
And
was
it's the
like,
same
okay,
thing
gotta
with
go.
gaming, right? I don't want, that Jimmy Neutron head motherfucker blocked me on Twitter, and I never said nothing to him on Twitter. but I mean, I
The
got my
funny
fucking
thing is, I
plan.
know exactly what the fuck you're talking about.
Man, fuck refraud gaming. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's what we're talking about. I was like,
That's exactly. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron head motherfucker, refraud. So,
It's an insult to Jimmy Neutron.
facts. Yeah,
What
you know
Jimmy
what?
Neutron
You're
would do
right.
to
You're
you.
right. Right. You know what I'm
Jimmy
saying?
Neutron
My
was
bad.
smart.
But I put his numbers up of the games he play. Half the shit you talking about and discrediting on any platform, you don't fucking play them.
Yeah.
So why the fuck are you so opinionated? So he mentioned me. Somebody sent me something he said, not about me, but just in general. And they said, you can't see this content. You've been blocked. I said, I never talked to this fuck boy on Twitter.
I've been
You
blocked by
really
a
got
few that
mad
I've
because
never
I
actually
put your
spoke
receipts
to.
out there? He was streaming one night.
Yeah.
I peeped his gamer tag, and I did a little search.
Man, that's
Half the
honestly,
shit you
that's
talk about-
way too many fucking people. I can't tell you how many times on Twitter
You
see
don't
someone
play.
someone will be talking shit, and then you see someone post this you, and it's them
Mm-hmm.
with an hour and a half in the game,
If
and it's
that,
like, what
he
the
had
fuck?
less than that.
Yeah, so it
And when I
happens
put
all
out
the
there-
time, dude.
I'm the enemy. But look how many people listen to this idiot.
No, fuck that. Dude. I think that I know some people that they say that if you ask for their
What the
report card,
fuck?
that's equivalent to doxing. I'm like, no, fuck that. If you're gonna say it here and you're gonna talk some shit, let's see your fucking report
Back
card.
it
Because
up.
If you didn't play the fucking game, then don't fucking speak on it. But
Exactly.
they act like you doxing them or you're asking for personal information. I'm like, bro, just show me. Did you finish the game? Good. Like, that's all. Did you play the game? Did you finish it?
Like,
Right.
I can say
That's
this.
what I'm
I mean,
asking.
It
when I
matters.
say, well, I'll say this though. I mean, when you talk about finish the game, okay. So, like for example, I'll be the first to tell you that whether I mean, I can tell you if a game. I can't tell you if the game is good or bad. I can tell you if I liked it or not, or if
Right.
it compelled me to finish the game. I can tell you right now. We were talking off camera about this. I didn't finish Hellblade 2 because there was nothing. Like I was there and I'm like, okay, I've done that. Don't want to do it anymore.
I
whatever
held
it
forward
is,
on the
you
last
know.
stick long enough. I don't need to keep holding forward.
Yeah, I just don't want to do this anymore. So
I
and I
pushed
left it.
myself to finish it, but yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
get to it.
Whereas I finished it and I actually enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
you know,
And I tried to play the first one, which I'm still
different
playing, and
strokes for
fuck those
different folks.
puzzles.
no, yeah.
The puzzles are better in the first
The-
one,
the-
man.
the-
The
the-
puzzles
I
are
don't
so
think
much
they're
better in the
good
first
at
one.
all in
first-
anything. That
Yeah,
shit don't even make sense.
I fucked
well,
up when the
just so you
first
know,
Hellblade came out. Hold on. When the first Hellblade came out, it wasn't on my radar, so I didn't play it. And then I played God of War, and then I was like, let me play this Hellblade game. I keep hearing it's amazing. I played
Which
it after
Hellblade
God
game?
of War, and I was like, I fucked up. I should have played it in the reverse
Yeah, you
order.
should
So I
have played
could've-
Yeah,
it
you
first.
definitely should have played it
Right.
first. I will
So
say
I
this.
couldn't
I'm
appreciate
the
it.
I'm the weird guy that was like, man, Hellblade 1 is amazing. I was recommended. I hop into 2. I was like, man, it still feels the same though. Like as a sequel, I just feel like
It is-
as
it
a
is-
sequel, I
It-
expected
it
some
is
level of growth.
beautiful. It is
And
beautiful. It
I
is
just
graphically
didn't get
impressive, but it's just from a gameplay
But if you
perspective,
love
it
the
left me-
first
let
one,
me-
it's more of the same, right?
Well,
Yeah.
but
But
see, I wasn't able to finish the first one, but they added enough in the way of accessibility and stuff in the second one that I was, and I did enjoy the ongoing dialogue and story that was going on. throughout
Narrative
the
and
game.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
the same thing with
I got you there. It was As I'm saying, like as the only thing I want to say is like as a sequel, I was expecting some specific areas to be improved, and not
And
really.
then like, but
Well,
all,
they did
all,
improve.
the,
They did improve the fighting mechanic as far as I was concerned.
I don't.
I don't think so.
I feel it's
I don't think
slasher.
so.
Like
Well,
obviously
no,
the
they didn't
animation
have
coming
people-
in and out.
Well, no,
What
they
were you
didn't
saying,
have people.
Paul?
They didn't have people sneaking up behind you in the second one, like they
Eh,
remember in the first
you
one.
got into fight
That's
with
what I
multiple
liked in the
targets.
first one.
Well, no,
In the-
well, not
yeah.
not at the same time. You didn't. No,
No, you did.
not
You
one.
did. I was playing
no.
Hellblade.
Hang on.
No.
Hold
they
on,
are-
hold on.
Hang
That's
on,
his
hang on.
experience.
I was
That's his
playing it.
experience. Hold on, let him finish.
They always waited until the first fighter was done before they sent in the second. That's actually a change they made specifically for that purpose. You never
So-
get jumped from the back while you're fighting somebody in the front.
Somebody told
Okay,
me
so
because
that
I know that shit
getting
happens a
jumped
lot in
from the
first
back,
one.
I agree. But in terms of fighting multiple enemies and them attacking at the same time, that was in the first one. Like I was playing the
No,
You
it
would have
was
the
in the
Fury,
first one.
you
Not
would
in
have
the
the
second
second
Fury
came
say behind you and shit like that to let you know they're
Yeah.
Yeah, you would hear
voice.
voices, yeah. But and I get what Paul's because what I'm saying is in two you got two enemies, one could be in front, one in the back. In the first one, you still had to, but they were mostly in front of you half the time. But
Oh no, they're
Well, and after you
basically
killed
queue
the one
up.
in front, after they
Yeah.
killed the one in front, they would rotate the camera around so you'd see the guy
Right.
in the
There,
back.
there would be some really
So-
flashy animation of something that happened, or you would dodge an attack that came in and then turn and pivot to go to the next enemy. Like those animations
yeah,
coming in and
but
out.
I mean, like
really fluid.
and that's where like I get it, but it's not enough because like I said, the first one still had multiple
Yeah.
enemies in one encounter before, so having
that-
to get
that-
sneak
yeah,
attack
that's-
from behind, that's where I'm like, yeah, it's still cool, but it still plays out the same majority of it. Like when you're actually fighting, it's still a surprise from behind. Clip that.
And
That's
the,
not really
the other,
anything
The other
new.
thing was that
They're
didn't
gonna
matter
make me
really
say no
what,
Diddy. I'm tired of the front and back
What-
action.
what didn't matter what enemy you were fighting. It could have
Come
been
on,
a
you know you like
Draugr
it.
or any of the other enemies.
Go
that
down
didn't
Brown
matter.
Town.
Oh shit!
Downtown?
Oh, that
Brown Town.
I will say,
I gotta go. I
the-
gotta go make a sound and quality check real quick. I'll be back.
I will say the last boss in Hellblade 2 is cheap.
No spoilers.
It took me a long time.
The
Took me
la-
No
quite,
spoilers,
a few,
please.
quite a few kills, man.
See, for
Wow.
me, the last boss in Hellblade 2 felt like all the other enemies I fought in Hellblade 2.
No spoilers.
See,
no spoilers.
The way I play a game, I don't have the luxury. I don't have the time, the luxury of time. I got maybe an hour a day, if that, maybe
It's
a
a
couple
5-hour
hours over the
game.
weekend. And
Yeah, but the thing is, most of that 5 hours is going to be him just walking and not actually
I know.
doing anything.
I know.
right, you know,
I know.
and so when I play a game, I'm like, okay, it's got to compel me within the first few hours to keep going, because otherwise, there's so many other games out there that I want to try that, you know, like if it doesn't compel me, I'm not going to play it, and that's what I'll say. I'll say it may not be a bad game, but I didn't finish it because it didn't compel me to keep going
And
forward.
See,
Triple,
whereas
did you-
I
did you
enjoyed
finish
the
Triple?
Huh?
Did you finish it, Triple?
Triple.
Me? No, I haven't. I haven't got back into.
Okay.
Can't hear me. I've been my connection's been
Then
dipping in and out.
you,
So
did you play against the first giant?
I have not finished the game. Where did I leave off at? I finished the puzzle where you had to put the orb in the orb spot and walk to the other sport. And I was like, I need to take a break from this.
So but you haven't done any of the things with the giants.
The Giants
None of them.
fight. No, not yet. No, not yet.
Okay. All right. I will hold my tongue.
see, I enjoyed the lore of the Norse mythology or the mythology
Oh, yeah, the
stuff
Norse-
that was
yeah.
led into it, which I
Yeah.
found interesting. So that's one of the reasons I kept moving forward, is because
That's what they
I
had
wanted
in
to
the
hear
first
more of the stuff.
one.
You know,
Yeah, that's
more
fair.
of the Viking and Norse mythology stuff that they.
I
put into
guess
it.
it's a bit of like Nova's saying, like going from God of War to this. I'm just like, man, I have some expectations on how like the combat to be improved, and just not getting that. I was like, damn it.
Well,
And
even
like,
God
and
of
like,
War.
and like Ragnarok, there are in the combat and the exploration and everything, there are either there's adjustments made or they've been evolved in some way, or there's added things to what the first game was. Like it's the first game, but it is more and better in all of the ways that the game exists.
But again, it was like I could say that same thing with God of War, and the same thing for Tears of the Kingdom. There was like when I played the sequel, there was nothing compelling me to
Just
finish
sure.
it.
For sure, for Ragnarok, for me, the story just wasn't grabbing me. Like I still enjoyed it, but
Mhm.
not as much as I enjoyed 2018. There was also
I
that one
wanted to
realm.
the little bit I played, okay, not little bit, quite a few hours. I wanted to throw his kid off a side of a hill. Okay,
In the first game,
Yeah, I mean, little shithead.
Bro, there's a point. There's a point in the middle of the game, dude, where he finds out that he's a
A
god
god,
and a
and bro
judge.
was getting
And
cocky
bro,
as shit. I was like, bro, if you
he's
don't,
a little shit in the beginning, bro. When he finds out he's a god, you can't tell him nothing. He thinks he's the fucking greatest
bro,
thing
shoot
on
the
earth.
damn arrow, shoot the damn iron plane. Don't give me God of War, bro. Shoot the damn arrow, kid. What are you doing?
He becomes a little fuck, dude, but he's supposed to. That's part of the narrative. Is that, and then he gets humbled. But yeah, dude, if you hated him in the beginning, you will hate him in the middle of the game.
Yeah, but but again, the second one,
Well,
it was good.
Like I said, Ragnarok had that one realm that was like
Yeah.
really, really open. That I got to that one realm and it was just like, dude, there's so much shit in this one fucking realm that I felt like I was there forever. I loved the gameplay, but for me, in terms of the story and how everything flowed, it just didn't flow as well
for the
as
final
the first
entry,
game.
it was not great. Yeah, and I'm in agreement with you there, Nova's. Like overall, I enjoyed 2018 more, but there are some slight improvements, notable improvements, I should say. I can't break them off, but there's noteworthy improvements to the combat that makes you say, okay, I appreciate the improvements here. And
it's like
when it comes to
Hellblade, The Last of Us Part 2, like The Last of Us Part 2's combat is wholly evolved from the first game's combat.
Yeah,
and traversal mechanics, you can go prone. Like there are totally different things or evolutions of the systems in the first game. Whereas, yes, it is more of the first game, and still the same thing. I liked the first game better, but the gameplay in the second game is better.
I agree. I like this. I like the story of the first game more, but the second one played better. Same thing. Well, Forbidden West also. I liked Forbidden West more than I did Zero Dawn.
See, I like Zero Dawn better than Forbidden West. I like the first game better. Huh. Yeah, I found that story again more compelling than Forbidden West. Is way better looking. It was way more fun to play in terms of combat. The same thing, like the story, and also like the story gets a little bananas sci-fi. Like it was already kind of sci-fi-ish, but then we got people flying and shit. And I'm like, it jumped the shark a little bit at the end.
That other crap, yeah.
Right. But overall, but again, the same thing where it is the first game, but there have been clear evolutions to what was before in terms of either combat or traversal or whatever it is. And when it came to Hellblade 2, I felt obviously graphically, animations, everything like that, it stayed leaps and bounds better than the first game. But for me, I know Paul liked the combat. For me, the combat and the puzzles felt like they took a step back from the first game.
Yeah. Presentation-wise, it's phenomenal, but gameplay,
it's beautiful. I like if someone was watching you play and didn't know, they would think that you were watching a movie.
If all games from here on out look as good as Hellblade 2, I don't need any more graphical power.
The only other game I've seen that looks like it's even close to being on that level is that Marvel's 1943 game with Captain America and Black Panther. But I don't know if that game is going to be like a Hellblade 2, where it's mostly an interactive movie, or is it going to be like an actual game that looks that good?
And you don't even know if that was CG or actual game.
Oh no, it was in game. It was.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Yeah, they actually did a tech demo. There's a whole, if you YouTube it, there's actually a whole tech demo where what's her name from Amy Hennig is on stage. And they go in with like a camera and actually go through the levels and like look around and show you like the details on the character models and like the smoke physics and shit like that and different levels and the details on in like the mud and how like when you track through it changes and like all kinds of different shit. Like they show you what it looks like in the game. But again, we haven't seen the actual game in terms of gameplay. We've just seen what looks like the cutscene portions. So is the game going to be like Hellblade, where it's mostly an interactive experience, or is it going to be a full-on game? Because to this point, the only game that's out that looks like Hellblade is Hellblade, and it's mostly an interactive experience. I haven't seen trailers for any other game where it's clearly a game that looks like Hellblade does. But going forward with UE5, maybe we will start seeing that. Like that's the dream, right? That's the dream, is to have every game that looks like this. It
looks like Hellblade, but plays differently, much better. Yeah.
Right.
So like, maybe Gears, the next Gears, whatever that is.
I was going to say Gears is the next thing that it better be looking pretty close to it. Cause
well, if the Coalition helped Ninja Theory, you would assume that they would,
But there's so much more involved with those games. I can't see them using all that horsepower that you can use in Hellblade to really push all that shit to have the same amount, of horsepower. But we'll see.
Unless it's coming in 2026 to the new platform.
If the next Gears looks as good as Hellblade and plays like Gears does, that's going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah. that's definitely the main thing. It's like Gears is a competitive shooter, FPS. If they go the open world route, I I mean, if we get graphics close to Hellblade and still get that solid Gears experience, I'm still gonna say why. What else do we need in gaming?
Well, and given Gears history, they may not go the open world route in order to get this kind of fidelity in graphics.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, they may still go semi-open world because let's be honest, the areas with the skiff, there's not really a whole lot going on. You kind of use the skiff to get from kind of little set piece area to set piece area.
Yeah, I think not to turn this into Gears of War podcast. I like the open world idea. You just got to give me some reason to branch out and explore. And I think Halo's approach to it, especially with the FOB basis, and give you reasons to do the bounties because now you got a weapon you can go back and acquire. And they had like relic weapons and Gears, but they're like one-time use weapons. So I was like, yeah, the exploration is there. So, but if they went back to the corridor route, especially like what they did with Hive Busters, I'm fine with that. But
yeah, I didn't mind the semi-open world in Gears 5. It reminds me of the semi-open world that they had in what do you call it, Uncharted Lost Legacy, where it was semi-open world and you kind of pick which area you're going to. It for me, I didn't mind it. And it's if that's the compromise to not being fully open world, to have like a kind of semi-open world hub where we go from area to area, I wouldn't mind that.
Well, yeah, there's like I said, this have like.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like I said, if you go that route, just give me a good reason to explore. Especially again, if you have the relic weapons, the unique weapons like the unique boomer that shot like 3 times, that's fine. Let me reacquire that weapon somehow. So the reason I go out and adventure to get that weapon, I can continue to carry it throughout the campaign somehow. So, but you're saying Wize.
Dragons, is Gears 6 going to be basically Hellblade with Gears?
If they showcase Gear 6, I might get moist. I don't know if we should do that live.
But what if it looks basically? What if it's the graphics of Hellblade, but the combat of Gears? Is that what we're expecting from what we've heard?
I told somebody no, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Look at Hellblade, right? Mm-hmm. And the scenery. Mm-hmm. It's not a scenery game. Heavily, but like the backgrounds, crash ships, explosions, and it's not that kind of game. So it was easier to make that game look like that because a whole bunch of shit ain't happening in the background. Mm-hmm. So if you're expecting Gears to look like that, I don't think so. It's gonna look phenomenal because they are the masters at Unreal. But I don't think it's gonna look like Hellblade. No,
just the amount of horsepower needed for doing things like particle effects that are present in a game like Gears that aren't present in Hellblade. All that shit adds up. It all takes horsepower.
Yeah, takes horsepower.
Well, and also you didn't see much foliage and stuff in Hellblade either, and there's usually a lot of that in Gears.
It's a ton of it.
Yeah. I also think in Hellblade you don't even interact with whatever shit you walk through. Like it's not as involved as what Gears, especially a next.
What's the amount of enemies on screen?
I just want to see
all the AI
is on steroids.
Whatever it is going to be beautiful.
I just want to know how they're going to handle the story.
It was already a
realistic, like Hellblade. It won't be that. No, sir.
It's also people expecting it to be also need to understand that even if it was capable of pushing graphics like Hellblade, the character models are stylized characters. They don't look like real humans. They are stylized. So if you wanted them to be photoreal like people, then it would completely fundamentally change the way the characters look, the size, dimensions, because Gears people aren't built like human beings. They're stylized.
They're built like the Hulk.
I think any sane, logical person will understand. Like the game is definitely going to look phenomenal, but please don't. It's your flagship IP. Why does it like Hellblade? Like, come on, guys. It's as you were saying, particle effects, multiple AI on screen. If you play
for
Gears,
the same fucking reason that PlayStation released games for years that don't look like the Order 1886. There's a goddamn reason why that game looked better than shit that came out for years after.
Look at, but I'm also going to compliment a game that was 900p on Xbox One that today shit still don't look better than Rise.
Yeah. I was going to mention Rise.
And there was a bunch of shit going on in that background. So, foliage, so we'll see. But I don't think it's going to look to the eye candy. Plus, it's 2 different art styles, right?
Yeah, it's
not the same. Because in one light, Fortnite is beautiful. And people go, that's a cartoony game. Those are the hardest shit to make. The cell shaded is very hard to make.
Yeah.
So, you know, but a lot of people don't have that IQ to understand what we talking about.
Well,
That's
we're not gonna,
on
and
Twitter.
on that note, we are not going to alienate any more people. So yeah, that is our show for tonight.
Fuck
It
those
is
idiots.
officially
Yo, I'm
9
with you,
p.m. or
Nova.
past 9 p.m. So let me go ahead and get everyone out of here. So Cerebral, let me start with you, sir. Tell us where we can find you, sir.
Roll out.
You can
Roll
find
out.
me on Twitter, Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch at Cerebral Paul, Xbox Cerebral Paul 921. You can find me on Mondays and Thursdays with 4GQ TV. You can find me bouncing around, and I'll be making some stuff on the lordsofgaming.net. My name might
flex on real
be
quick.
starting up there. Yeah. Hey, you know, it's a thing. So, you know, what the hell.
This man's a lord now.
That's right. I haven't decided if it's Lord Cerebral or Lord Paul yet. We're gonna have to figure that out. You know.
I think Lord Cerebral sounds cooler than Lord Paul.
Yeah.
There's
Lord
Lord Pauls all
Cerebral.
over the place. How many Lord Cerebrals, bro? Come on.
Yeah.
So, other than that, and maybe you'll find me here every once in a while. I don't know.
Well, we really appreciate you when you do stop in because we can't do this without you and your crotchetiness. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyhow, next, Triple, tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me on the X, Twitters, and the YouTubes and Twitches at Triple Combo Gaming. I should be streaming since I'm playing Elden Ring right now, but I wanted to get my ass kicked live. Well, I'm about ready to beat the final game, boss. Again. So, yeah.
Cool. Super, tell us where we can find you.
Come here.
Nice.
You know what I'm doing.
YouTube at Supernova Gaming. Twitter at Yo It's Nova for now. And then here every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Wasted with Wize.
Appreciate it. And last but definitely not least, he officially on the panel, no longer the guest. So now we can shit on you more, unfortunately, whether you like it or not.
As long as it's not like R. Kelly, don't pee on me.
Oh, my God.
So poop is okay, pee is not. Okay, got it. Yeah, well,
That's why he didn't like. That's why he didn't like that game from Kojima. Huh? That's why. Death Stranding. Anyhow, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Constipated Walker.
Tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at 108 Dragons TV. You already see the name, man. Thank y'all for allowing me to even be here. This is one of the funnest podcasts I did. Besides my boy 100, man, I'm telling you. That shit was crazy every night, too. But thank y'all for having me, man. It's a pleasure to come. I'll try to make every Friday as long as I'm not working. Ooh.
Yeah, well, you got the link. I'm gonna be sending a link every Friday. So
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. Chat was awesome. You know what I'm saying? And don't take those small-minded jokes personal, because I'm definitely talking to the dumbasses on Twitter. It's always directed to the dumbasses, but it is what it is. Never mind. You're not hungry. My daughter didn't want to come here and get my car so she could eat. That's some bullshit.
Pay me. I need money.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat who showed up. RPG88, Doomsayers, WW Snipes, Cygnus, Lesser Logic, Outer Planet, and everyone else who I forgot. No, not Outer Planet, Outer Space. I'm sorry. Didn't get offended at all. Yeah, but that is our show for tonight. My name, as always, is the Wise Old Gamer, the man who brings the fun in dysfunctional. You can find me on Xbox, PlayStation.
Remember bringing the 1860?
No, well, not today. Not this week, because, the wife wasn't here. So there you go. Anyhow, yeah, you can find me here on every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can find me on Twitter, Xbox, and PlayStation, Wise Old Gamer with a Z. And yeah, so next week we still have our same podcast on Friday, and we will probably be streaming in one way, shape, or form the Xbox Showcase. So
we got to see who's gonna have on, man.
Yes, I'm gonna start.
Just whoever you invite, it's like I tell Paul, shut the fuck up in the cutscenes.
Please. That's why whenever we do shows, I'm just like, I don't know if I'll be here. I might watch it myself.
Well, we're like, yo, I said, wait to the end. Jesus.
We'll talk about it right after this.
It's my guy. It's my guy.
Anyway, so everyone have a great night, have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Peace.